What is up, hooligans? And happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. Gonna read through the chat or read through the schedule really quick. Then we will be checking out all the chats. So let me know how you guys are doing. And of course, we will be getting things started. 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we will be covering President Trump. He's here in Michigan. He's over in Detroit. Hopefully, he's staying safe over there because that's where we keep all of our shitheads, over in Detroit. Either way, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, he's holding a MAGA rally. And like I said, we will be covering it. Now, before we get any further, I want to remind you guys really quick, if you would like to join the website, right now is the time to do it. Go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. That way you can watch today's live. You can post in Hooligans Alley. Plus, you'll be able to join us Fridays. Is today Friday? 6 p.m. Eastern Time for our voice chat over on the website, which is a lot of fun. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. We'll be starting off with a video titled President Trump Signs a Baseball for Dan Bongino that is going to be auctioned off during Dan's election night coverage show, and all of the proceeds will be going to Samaritan's Purse. So that's a nice little thing that happened earlier today. Then we got a video titled Stack of Mail-in Ballots Found in SoCal Storm Drain. So we already got people throwing ballots away. They're claiming that they think a bunch of yahoos went out there, dug in everybody's mailbox, and threw away their mail-in ballots. But I believe it was the damn mail people, just like it was in 2020. I think it's the postman doing that shit, but that's just my personal opinion. Then we got a video titled Angel Mom's son was beaten, tortured, strangled to death by a fucking border crosser. They're still out here killing us because nobody's gonna do anything about it. Holy, I just realized I didn't send any reminders out. That's okay, we'll get that figured out. Then we have a video you guys were talking about yesterday. It's titled Lip Reader Deciphers Animated Conversation Between Barack Obama and Joe Biden. Now, this isn't the exact video of everything being interpreted. This is more about somebody speaking about that stuff, but they play the video with captions. So if you read the captions, you can kind of tell what they were conversing about. Then we got a JD Vance video. It's titled We Don't Have Enough Electricians, Welders, and People Who Can Build Things in the U.S. A nice little motivational speech from JD Vance. He's continuing to kill it. Then we got, I also forgot to get an official funny video of the day. What am I doing? I was so excited to get started. I wasn't even ready. We got an Elon Musk video. It's titled Elon Musk Offers Voters $100 each as he drums up Trump support. Then our first funny video of the day, it's not a funny video of the day, it's our feel-good video of the day. It's titled 6-Year-Old to President Trump, What is your favorite farm animal? It's a pretty good video. I will find us a funny video of the day, so don't you worry. Either way, that is what's on the menu. Let's read through the chats really quick, see how you hooligans are doing today. What is up, everyone over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Russell? What's up, Zero? What's up, Annette? What's up, Snooks? What's up, Breeze by You? What's up, Salty Red Goo? Happy freedom, you hooligans. And what is up, everyone over on Rumble? Astral Hammer, you were first today. And I appreciate you racing the chat. What's up, Russell? You're omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, MU? Happy freedom. What's up, Puffin Stuff? What's up, Ground? What's up, Kevin? What's up, Turbo? What's up, Plastic Quack? What's up, Silver Wolf? Happy freedom, you hooligans. What's up, Breeze by You? What's up, Peyton? What's up, Too Old to Care? Happy freedom. And don't forget, hit that like button over on Rumble. And what is up, everyone over on Kick? If there was somebody here, like I said, I didn't send out the reminders, but that's okay. The replay will be there. And what is up, everyone over on Twitch? Happy freedom. What's up, Tony Rich? What is this Discord thing that's always in my way? What can I do about this? Can I dismiss it? There we go. What's up, 420? Happy freedom. What's up, Matt Rogers? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Tony Rich, if I didn't get you? And what is up, everyone over on the communism platform? What's up, Zero Gravity? What's up, Gregory? What's up, Gary? What's up, Cruz? Happy freedom to you. Do. Matt Rogers, appreciate you. What's up, Kip? I think we got everybody. Don't forget, hit that like button over on the commie platform. We will get into things, and I will send the reminder. And since you guys are here, nobody else realizes we're live, please grab the URL and share it out so everyone can figure out that we're live right now. Anyways, we will get started on this first video here. President Trump did an interview with Dan Bongino earlier today. I had some stuff going on. Otherwise, we would have tried to cover it. I think he was live 10 a.m. Eastern time. Seems like it went well. There is not a lot of highlights from the interview, though. It makes me feel like maybe the interview wasn't that long. I didn't have a whole lot of time to research it, but I did find this clip. This seemed pretty good. Once again, this is President Trump signs a baseball for Dan Bongino that is going to be auctioned off during his election night coverage show, and all proceeds will be going to Samaritan's Purse. Samaritan's Purse was helping out during Hurricane Helene while the federal government was sitting on their hands. So obviously this is going to a good cause. Look at Klaus Daniels sleeping over here. Anyways, we will have new shirts coming pretty soon. I can even show you the design, but I had a little mishap and I need some adjustments made. So they're not quite ready yet, but this is what they're going to look like. These are our Trump Hope shirts, and they should be released later today, and they're badass, and I'm super excited about it, and I can't wait to get mine. Either way, I will drop the link to the merch store. Like I said, that design's not out yet. It will be released later today, but we have tons of designs over on the merch store today. I got on the plain Jane Jeff Mac t-shirt. I'm going to drop that link in the chat while we're watching this first video.
Coming up, and you got to go win. I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank you for my audience. I'm really. Oh, can I ask you one small favor? We're going to do election night coverage, and I want to do. You know Franklin Graham, Samaritan's Purse. Yeah. So I want to auction off a Donald Trump signed Bongino baseball. Good. And give it to Franklin Graham. Would you be kind enough to sign it on camera? I would do it. And that way everybody knows it's real. I would so deeply. I'm sorry to put you on the spot, Mr. President. I just. I think we could raise a fortune for Franklin Graham. You like that? Someone made a listener made that for us. Movement on it. And we are going to auction this off, and everything. Franklin Graham, Samaritan's Purse, coming your way. I know you like Franklin a lot. He's doing an amazing job. I just want to make sure everybody knows it's real. He's not doing a good job. Kamala, she's not doing a good job. The worst. You're right. Biden was better. They were better off with him. There it is. We are going to raise a fortune for charity, 100% to charity. There you see it, folks. President Donald J. Trump. Justin, grab that Sharpie. We appreciate it so much. Mr. President, thanks a lot. Best of luck in the campaign. Thank you very much. Wow, this is amazing. We're gonna do pretty good, huh? Yeah, like, this is. I guess like the old days. I'll let Margo know how much money we raised.
Heck yeah, President Trump out here doing an interview with Dan Bongino. I guess it did big numbers. Like I said, I had some stuff going on, so I didn't have time to watch it. I may watch it later today just to see how it went. Like I said, there's not a whole lot of highlights from it, and I don't know if that's because maybe Dan Bongino doesn't cut a lot of highlights. I know, like, I don't see a lot of highlights for Crowder either, but then on other podcasts or, you know, other interviews that President Trump does, they cut every 10 minutes of it out. So I'm not sure exactly how it went. It seemed like it went well, but I also saw that, what is it, Harris HQ or whatever, those commies out there posting propaganda, they posted a clip from the interview that was saying that President Trump is getting exhausted and he's tired, so he had to cut the interview short. I don't think that's the case, especially if Harris HQ is the one talking that shit, but of course they want to downplay what's going on with President Trump, and he's kicking ass. He's a busy guy. He's got more energy than anybody I know. So I know they're just talking that shit. I wonder if maybe there was a potential threat or something like that. I don't know. It seemed kind of abrupt. I saw a clip where they were kind of in the middle of talking about something, and President Trump was like, well, I got to get going. Those people over there, they're kind of going crazy saying I got to go. So I got to leave right now. And like I said, Harris HQ took that clip and posted it and was like, oh, Orange Eagle's getting tired. Blah, blah, you know, talking that shit like they do. But either way, I think President Trump's still out here kicking ass and taking names as he does. Next up, we have stack of mail-in ballots found in SoCal storm drain. Again, they're acting like a bunch of yahoos went from mailbox to mailbox and pulled the mail-in ballots out and threw them down the storm drain. I think it was the damn post office that did that, but I mean, it might be just personal bias, might be a little bit of PTSD from 2020, not quite sure. I just think it was them, but that's just my opinion. Either way, that's what's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about President Trump and Dan Bongino getting together for an interview. Russell, he had another event he had to go to? Sweet, maybe we'll get some highlights from that. I wasn't aware there was another Trump event going on. I thought it was just the one later on today at 7 p.m. Eastern time where he's going to be here in Detroit. I think Hyena Harris is here too. I think she might be in Grand Rapids. I don't know. I didn't look it up because As long as she stays the hell away from me, I don't care. I don't care what she's doing. I know it ain't nothing worthwhile. Let me check Right Side Broadcasting really quick and see what's all on here. Because I know they're live. Yeah, they're live with the Detroit event going on. President Trump will be holding a rally tomorrow as well. It's going to be in Latrobe, Pennsylvania. We'll find more information on that for tomorrow. We'll worry about today's events. So yeah, he's going to be in Detroit today. I don't know if he's got something else going on or not. Right Side Broadcasting doesn't have it on their schedule, so we'll figure it out. But either way, reading through the chat. What's up, Salty Ragu? Happy freedom to you. Snooks. I even saw Hillary there. What are you talking about? On yesterday's thing? Snooks, I didn't see another event last night, but the dinner. Yeah, I don't see anything else going on. What's up, Hair Juicer? Happy freedom to you. What's going on with the notifications? Breeze by you, Harris HQ will lie. Yeah, there's another. I think there's an account that's called Harris HQ Lies or something like that. And every time Harris HQ posts, the Harris HQ's Lies account will grab that post and then basically fact check it and prove that, everything that account says is a lie. It's all propaganda. South Regu, you brought the freedom dog? Heck yeah. What's up, Breeze by you? Happy freedom. Russell, I think the Trump interview went well, but it was a little bit short. How long was it? Because I can't find anything on it. I'd have to go to Dan Bongino's channel to see how long it was, but it doesn't seem like it was that long because, like I said, I'm just seeing 1 or 2 clips being posted everywhere. Breeze by you. They got early voting going on where you are? We have record-breaking turnout for early voting here. That's badass, Breeze by you. Hopefully all those people are voting for President Trump. Saltaregu, I ran all the way here. Let me catch my breath and hit this bong. All right, we're going to hold on for you, Saltaregu. No hooligans left behind. Happy freedom to you, Zero. Russell, I'm drinking some Native Hydrate, and it's good. I have never heard of that. Hopefully that's not like a slur or something getting me in trouble here. Native Hydrate. What the heck is this? Is it by Native Path? Now I'm seeing all kinds of stuff. I'm seeing mix and all. I've never heard of that before. It looks like it's good stuff. Oh, you know what? I just remembered. I want to give a huge shout out to Cassandra. Oh, she's so fantastic. She sent me an interface so I can use my microphone. But because you guys were saying the headset was doing okay, I didn't worry about taking everything apart to set up the interface. I'll have the interface hooked up tomorrow. We'll worry about that later today. But shout out to Cassandra. Thank you so much for all your support and for getting me this interface that I really need to use the mic. Thank you. Here's user getting ready to go play at the unemployment office. Then we're heading to Six Flags. I hope you have a blast here, Juicer. I've been to Six Flags before and I did not have a good experience. There was too long of lines and everybody was shitty and everything was expensive. But it was more than a decade ago, so hopefully it kicks ass, and I hope you have a good time here, Juicer. Russell, it is by Native Path. I might check that stuff out. If you like that stuff, I might check it out, because I can't stand drinking just plain-ass water. So I buy a lot of Gatorade and a lot of vitamin water, but I know all of that stuff is just high fructose corn syrup. So maybe I'll try that stuff that you're drinking right now, Russell. Snugs, Hillary at the dinner and laughing. Was Hillary at the dinner last night? Because I didn't see her, but I wasn't really looking for her. What's up, Pumpkin? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Elisa? Appreciate you being here. Paul, mail-in ballots should require a notary. I agree. It should be certified mail. So when they hand it to you, you have to sign a little piece of paper, and the mailman takes a little signed paper with you, or with them, send it back to the office to validate that it actually made it to your house. What's up, Disco? Happy freedom to you. Brian, you got some mead? WMM is a big fan of mead. It's got to be a special, like a specific kind, but he's really big about mead. You got some chili peppers in it? That sounds pretty good, Brian. Did you make it yourself or did you come across somebody that sells it like that? Turbo, no bong left untoked. That's right. Can't leave him behind. Zupi, I refuse to vote early. Don't give those damn Democrats the ability to know how many fake votes they need to come up with. Yeah, I totally agree, Zupia, but I'm not going to tell people to not go vote. You know, I agree with what you're saying, and I'm in the same boat. I'm going to vote November 5th, but I would rather have people voting early than not voting at all. And there's, we talk about this all the time. People may intend on voting November 5th, but then they might have to work, or their kids might be sick, or the car might break down, or it might be snowing, or you know what I mean? And I know that I'm bulletproof. I'm not worried about that shit. It could be raining fire, and I'm going to vote November 5th. All the machines could be broken in the state, and I'm still going to figure out a way to vote November 5th. But anybody who's not built like I am, get out there and vote when you can vote. I'm not going to try and demotivate anybody who's going to vote early because I'd rather have them vote early than not at all. But I agree with you, Zupia, so that's why I'm going on election day. Zupia, you did send me the actual lip reading thing on X. I'll check it because it might be better than the video I got. Elisa, you got your I voted sticker? That's awesome. That's awesome. You and the family went this morning. Badass, Elisa. What's up, Screaming Eagle? Happy freedom to you. Paul Klaus Boy in the back? Yeah. He's watching my back. He's watching my back while I'm working. What's up, 78? Happy freedom to you. Astro Hammer, no. I see there's something wrong with Rumble. The blurriness is only on Rumble. Every other platform is clear. I'm not dropping any frames. I'm not having any dropping in my bandwidth. My internet's actually great now that I went and got the new modem and all that stuff. But for some reason, Rumble's taking a shit and they're not really responding to me anymore. They were supposed to investigate it and then I never heard anything back. And then I reached out because yesterday was the same thing where it's crystal clear everywhere, but then it's blurry over on Rumble. And I'm sending a single signal that's being duplicated across all platforms. So for the fact that Rumble's blurry, it's got to be Rumble's fault because otherwise it'd be blurry everywhere. So I hope Rumble does something about that because I don't know what's going on with it. What's up, Peyton? What's up, Addie Walker? Happy freedom. Astro Hammer, I just think voting early allows liberals to know how many ballots they need to pull off a steal. I agree. I feel the same exact way, Astro Hammer. What's up, J-Dog? Happy freedom to you. Happy freedom, you bigots. Speaking of bigots, I wonder where Trigger Crazy's been. He's the top of the food chain when it comes to bigots. What's up, neighbor guy? Happy freedom to you. What's up, DeMarquise? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Contempt? Happy freedom. Let's see. Chat, heads up. People are getting tagged and 14 days suspended over election talk. Not sure what it is, but I've been hearing about it. Thank you for letting me know, Contempt. I figured they'll crack down because I went through the entire riot 2020 situation, 2019, 2020, no problem. We had people screaming the N-word and pulling guns on each other and all kinds, no problems. No problem. Federal building on fire, they don't care. As soon as election time came around, all of a sudden I was getting censored for everything. Didn't matter what I was saying. They were green screening my live. They were giving me strikes and stuff. So yeah, coming up on election day, I assume the censored platforms will start cracking down. What's up, Apple Tree? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Mav? Appreciate you being here. Tony Rich, I'm fine with Bongino peeking at him since the last election. I've seen his clips and stuff, and a lot of people seem to like him. I just don't have time to be watching other people and stuff. Like even Salty Cracker. Salty Cracker shouted me out one day during the riots, and all of a sudden my chat doubled, and I was like, "What the hell's going on?" And everybody was like, "Oh, Salty Cracker just shouted you out," and I was like, "Who the hell is that?" And then like 6 months later, I finally got time to be able to watch a couple episodes of Salty Cracker and figure out the kind of badass he is. And I'm in the same boat with Dan Bongino right now. I mean, Dan Bongino hasn't shouted me out or anything like that, but I need to get some time so I can actually check him out. But from the clips I've seen, he seems pretty solid. Plus, I think he's ex-military or something like that, so he seems like a good guy. What's up, Irish? What's up, Stern? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Jessica? Happy freedom. What's up, Fred? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Lee? Now what it seems, selecting early helps to avoid the selection day shenanigans. I see what you're saying here. Yeah, because if you show up on election day, there's a good chance those machines will be all jacked up and stuff. Because that's what even during the midterms they did that. All the machines just happen to be down. Every time you want to go vote for a red team, oh no, the machines are down. Come back in about 7.5 hours, and then maybe it'll be okay. And then what happens? People go home, they get comfortable, they don't want to come back out in the cold and all that kind of stuff. And they do it on purpose. So yeah, that is true. It is true. There is going to be shenanigans on selection day. What's up, Brittany? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Ponzi? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Jordan? Happy freedom. I thought he was going to Michigan. I'm sure we cleared that up by now. Detroit's in Michigan. What's up, Parabellum? Happy freedom to you. All right, hooligans. Let me see. Here, Juicer. Just saw a video of a woman whose mail-in ballot envelopes were already sealed. Interesting, here, Juicer. I haven't seen anything on that yet. See, they are pulling those shenanigans. Snooks, Rumble looks better today. Thank you for letting me know. Last night when we covered President Trump, and he was slaying them last night at that dinner. If you didn't show up for the dinner, you missed out. You missed out. That was one of the funniest Trump lives I have ever covered in the whole 4 years I've been a live streamer. Fantastic. It was fantastic. He was fully submerged in the lion's den and just calling them all out. Like big fuck yous all across the board. Loved it. Loved it. It was fantastic. And it was a nice clean live, and we got right to the end, and I guess it got all pixelated and shit. But like I said, that's not on me. That's on Rumble. If there's something I can do to fix it, I will. But we're clear on all these other platforms, so it's got to be something going on with Rumble. But I am trying to figure out a way that I can fix it, even though it seems to be out of my hands. Next up, we have stack of ballots, or mail-in ballots, found in SoCal. Storm drain. Let's get this pulled up. Now again, they're claiming it wasn't the mail people. It's just some yahoos out there digging in mailboxes. Yeah, I think they're trying to protect the mailman, but it's just, again, that's my opinion. So anyways, let's get this rolling. Don't forget, hit that like button over on Rumble.
An alarming find in Sierra Madre just weeks before the November 5th election, a stack of ballots in a storm drain.
As Eyewitness News reporter Sid Garcia tells us, it's a reminder to contact your registrar of voters if your ballot doesn't show up in the mail.
I'll show you. Jason Ace was doing some landscape work at his Sierra Madre home Saturday when he saw something strange in the storm drain next to his house. Nearly a dozen mail-in ballots. He says he got on his hands and knees and started scooping them out and noticed the addresses were from his Arcadia neighbors a block away.
And of course, we're trained here to keep stuff out of the storm drain. So I got down on my hands and knees and dug around a little bit and started pulling it out. And I pulled out a bunch of junk mail and Ralph's ads and Aldi, and these ballots were mixed in with the junk mail. And of course, they catch my attention because we're seeing on TV about all of the care being taken to prevent fraud and misuse of ballots. It seemed a strange place for ballots to be.
He says he tried to return them to the nearby post office, but they were already closed. Yesterday being a holiday, he wasn't able to return them either. His guess is someone went around the neighborhood opening up the mailboxes and emptying them. What the thieves didn't want, they dumped in the storm drain. He shared with us that he doesn't receive a lot of mail. He explains for him, it's safer.
I'm one of these people who's gotten almost everything now coming in paperless. I don't get a lot of personal mail. The only thing I get these days that might be like that, it might be a replacement credit card or something.
If you haven't received your mail-in ballot and you believe it may have been lost or stolen, the LA County Registrar's website allows you to request a replacement. Go to their website and fill out the form online. You can only do this once. And according to the website, it will not change your registration status. Mr. Sinise tells me he plans on going to the post office this afternoon to return the ballots he found. In Arcadia, I'm Sid Garcia, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Now, I don't believe that it was some random person. Like when they're driving through the neighborhood there and you see these very nice houses and how separated they all are, and the fact that you'd have to walk like all the way up the driveway or up the 40 yards of sidewalk to go stick your arm in somebody's mailbox to just, oh, they got a ballot. Let's take their ballot one by one, house by house. Nobody saw that happening. Guy just randomly finds all the ballots all together in one drain. Or the mail guy just emptied their mail purse into the drain. Which is more probable? You know, which is more probable? And I think that they're just sticking up for the mail guy. That's what I think it is. Because back in 2020, there was lots of incidents where the mail person was the person dropping off the ballots, throwing them in ditches and throwing them in sewer drains and throwing them in, you know, in dumpsters and stuff like that. I think it's the postal worker. That's just my opinion. I don't have evidence of that or anything like that. I'm just stating my opinion. But I just think it's very unlikely that some Yahoo went out there and went from house to house and didn't get caught. Nobody saw it on a ring camera. Nobody was like, hey, buddy, why you got your arm in my mailbox? And then they went and threw all the pieces of mail in a single drain. Why? Why would they do that? Especially in an area where they're teaching the neighbors to clean the drains, like an HOA or something like that. Why would they do that? That doesn't make sense. Like, that doesn't sound like something a criminal would do. So, again, it's just my opinion, but it looks like they're up to the bullshit. We ain't even got to election day yet. 22 days until it's time to go vote. Ain't even got there yet, and they're already pulling the bullshit. Next up, Patriots player accuses Providence, Rhode Island police of racism. This is why we shouldn't be paying football players so damn much. This guy gets out of his car, acts like an asshole. The police are like, look, we're doing our job. He's like, no, y'all are racist. And now the police are demanding an apology from this asshole. Either way, it's coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about these individuals who throwing mail-in ballots in the drain. Breeze by you, things are going to get crazy. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And it's not even going to end on November 5th. The fire is going to get turned up on November 5th. Because no matter who wins, there's going to be mad people out there. So we'll see. And I know if President Trump wins November 5th, I almost guarantee you we're going to see an appearance from Antifa by November 6th. I just almost guarantee it. They're going to release the meth heads back into the streets. That's just my opinion, but I'm ready for it. Russell, well, hell, in Louisiana, we had alligators in the sewer. Yeah, they'd be thinking twice about sticking their hands down there if they're in a different area. Snooks, you agree? Yeah, it just doesn't, I don't know. It sounds more probable that it was the post office worker than some rando. Breeze by you, it's pretty bad. You can't trust the mail. Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I think the mail guy here was snaking the $5 out of the census packets. And he'd be making like $40 each building, and there's 4 or 5 buildings here. So that's quite a bit of money. And then how many apartment complexes are in town? Mailman's walking off with about $1,000 a single day's work in cash, being, ripping cash out of these packets. So I don't know. I don't trust those bastards. Matt, postal workers did it. That's what I think too. And happy freedom to you, Matt. Hair juicer. I can't, what is his name, William or whatever? Pennywise snaked him down the drain. Russell Dems trying to cheat. That's exactly what it looks like. Hair juicer, putting your hand in a California sewer? Bravery or stupid or both? Man, I think it's both, hair juicer. You get poked by a needle and a pedophile sticking your hand in the drain. I don't want no part of that. I'm just saying. Just saying. Salty Ragu was Putin, I'm telling you. It was Russia, Russia, Russia. That's right. Man, watch them try and charge this guy with something. In Biden's America, I would not be surprised. Saying, try and charge him with tampering with people's mail or something like that. I would not be surprised at all. Well, thank you, Snooks. I appreciate the compliment. Yeah, Zero. Yeah, and I got my Rumble check stolen. Yeah, I forgot about that. There was I don't know how I forgot about that. Like, four or five checks were stolen in the mail. They just never made it to my house. Now I get wire transfers and stuff because the accountants at Rumble did me a little favor. You're supposed to be big like Dan Bongino in order to get wire transfers. Obviously, my channel's not that big, but because I was having so much problems and you guys were helping me raise awareness, they decided to contact me. The head of the accounting department got in contact with me and they got everything straightened out. So now I get wire transfers from all the support that comes through Rumble. Puff and stuff. Dock workers, the head of the dock workers said if Trump wins, we strike on January 15th. Let him. Just let him. President Trump will have that. He'll have that straightened out. Now it'll look bad because it'll look like, you know, oh, look at the bad things that Trump's doing, blah, blah. He'll get it straightened out, though. He's not the kind of person to sit on his hands. Jeb, that's the reason they've been pushing for party identification, checks, check boxes on the outside of the ballot envelopes. Yeah, because then they can identify all that stuff. Hey, I appreciate you being with us, Tony Reyes. Paul, this is a simple example of lack of proven risk mitigation process. This is a crime. Yeah, I agree, Paul. Yeah, somebody needs to be held accountable. If it was some random asshole that was snaking mail out of multiple mailboxes, that is multiple counts of interfering with somebody's mail, which is a federal crime. And if it's not, and it's a postal worker that did it, well, they should absolutely be held accountable because they're handling everyone's mail in that area. Kind of like Hyena Harris. Handling everyone's mail in that area. Paul, their wives and their boyfriends will vote for me. Yeah, President Trump, he smoked him. He smoked him last night. He's talking about white dudes for Harris. He's like, yeah, that's okay. I'm not worried about them because their wives and their wives' lovers are all voting for me. And I was like, dang, President Trump. I knew he was funny, but I didn't know he was that funny. Disco, the Trump show was awesome. He brought his A game. I agree. He was doing fantastic last night at the dinner. What's up, Ian? Happy freedom to you. And Chucky was right beside him. Yeah, Chuck Schumer, he looked like shit last night. He looked like he had the plague. He was just sitting like this the whole time, look all bummed out. President Trump called him out. He's like, you're looking a little glum. You're looking a little glum. And Schumer was like, I'm not glum, blah, blah, and tried to act all animated. And Trump's like, that's all right. Because even if Harris if Harris loses, you still got an opportunity to be the first woman president. Smoked him. Smoked him. Oh, I appreciate you, Pumpkin. I may not have as many subscribers as Dan Bongino or some of these other guys, but you guys are the best. I used to say this years ago. I'd rather have 10 hooligans than 1,000 randos. Any day. Any day. Hooligans are the best. The very best. What's up, Mad Marv? Happy freedom. Dropping that Ultra MAGA in the chat. Hell yeah. I need to order my Dark MAGA hat. I want it so bad. You guys have sent enough contributions to where I should be able to send the $50 off. Of course, I could go buy some knockoff hat off Amazon, but that's not what I want to do. I want to actually get it from the Trump campaign. Make sure Trump gets that $50 and get that black on black Dark MAGA hat that Elon was rocking at the Butler, Pennsylvania rally that they did. Oh, I appreciate you, Turbo. The Marquis Orange Man ballots are getting juiced. They're trying, but that's why we got to vote in person. If you can, you should, because look how the mail-in ballots are going. And if they send you 5, you might have to turn all 5 in. I mean, you know, it might be 5 votes in the right direction. What's up, Wiggly Tough? Happy freedom to you. Irish, yeah, let's see. It does seem fishy. I agree with your idea that it is a high probability that it's the mailman. Yeah, and I think we're going to see more incidents of this. I don't think this is going to be the only story we cover. I think we're going to start seeing it ramping up. We're going to see more and more incidents like this. I don't want to, But if it's anything like the last two elections, because we did the midterm and then we also covered 2020's primary, and if it's anything like that, we're going to see more and more of this. Garlic Press, any postal worker being caught disposing of ballots should be arrested and charged with a crime. And if he was ordered to do it, find out who ordered him. Absolutely, Garlic Press. Absolutely. Not what it seems. I agree if 4 or 5 wins, they'll finish burning the country down. They're going to try to, but I think Americans have had enough. I think if Antifa goes out in those streets and they start acting like dumbasses again, I think people, they don't have the grace in them anymore. I think they'll go out there and kick them in their little lady wiener and all that. I really do. I don't want it to be that way. I want everyone to be happy and whole. But if those miserable meth heads go out there, I think there's going to be some patriots to give them some resistance. DeMarquise, those are male ma'ams. Yeah. Jessica, I think the whole story is fake and they only said it so the people would know and that district that they can order ballots once and still vote on the day of voting, so that way they get 3 votes. So they get the ballots that were lost, they get the replacement ballots, and then they can still vote on election day. You think that's what's going on, Jessica? Like it's gaslighting? They're saying, oh, we found these ballots. It was conspiracies going on. We need replacement ballots, and then still be able to vote on that day. I mean, they could. It could be like that. What's up, KDOS? Happy freedom. The swamp is deeper and wider than any of us can imagine, right down to the mail carriers. Oh, I agree. Corruption is like misery. It loves company. It's not good. What's up, Sage Pup? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Dirtbag Freedom? Happy freedom. All right, hooligans, we're going to move on to this next video here. This is Patriots player accuses Providence, Rhode Island, accuses their police of racism. Now, this individual was pulled over in a vehicle and started acting like a belligerent asshole. You cannot explain to me why these big dummies deserve millions of dollars to go play football or basketball or baseball, whatever stupid sport they fucking play. They don't deserve to be like billionaires and stuff off that because they can run down the yard with a ball. That's stupid. Now, if they acted a little bit more appropriate, maybe I'd feel different about it, but it seems like every one of these assholes are just so full of entitlement. They walk around like they're kings and queens. Like, look at Brittany Griner, right? Smuggled drugs into Russia, was held accountable, and then we went and saved her by trading like I can't remember what it is, like one of the biggest arm traders in the world. We're like, oh, give us our gay basketball player back. What? So stupid. And this guy's no better. He's no better at all. Either way, let's get into this. And don't forget, hit that like button over on Rumble.
Touch me, bro. You're gonna get locked up, bro. I don't care, bro. Y'all touching me for what?
Providence, Rhode Island police are demanding an apology from New England Patriot star Christian Barmore after the football player accused officers of racism following this nearly hour-long traffic stop. Police say Barmore was belligerent, he was aggressive, as he was being cited for tinted windows and expired registration, plate cover violations. News Nation's Ryan Bass is following this story closely for us. Ryan, this video is crazy to see. How tense exactly did things get?
Yeah, as I watched through this 45-minute body cam video, I mean, you could see just how tense this got between police and Barmore. And they're actually blaming the police or Barmore for escalating things here. Now, this is the second big high-profile police run-in that we've seen with an NFL star. Obviously, everybody remembers Tyreek Hill in the video that came out on the first Sunday of the NFL season. And that went viral and obviously caused such a visceral reaction. But in terms of what happened here, Barmore is actually claiming racism from these police officers in the Rhode Island and Providence Police Department. Now, Providence police pulled over Barmore's SUV just before 1 a.m. on Wednesday. They cited him for driving with an expired registration and plate cover violations. They say that he not only slow rolled them, but he acted aggressive. He was belligerent. They said he was confrontational. All of this, according to reports.
I only see 2 white cops.
Body cam video that things got especially contentious when police asked Barmore to step out of his vehicle.
dare y'all touch me. I dare y'all touch me. I dare y'all touch me. What y'all gonna do? Don't buck up. What y'all gonna do? All y'all talk. Come on. Come on. Come on. Y'all talk. Hey, yo, stop touching me, dog. Yo, stop touching me, boy. Yo, stop touching me, boy. Stop touching me.
Now you can see some of the instigation there from Barmore and kind of getting in the officers' faces a little bit. Now there was some exchanges in the car prior to that got him to be a little bit more animated, but still certainly didn't look good on video. And officers reportedly also found marijuana in his Jeep as well. Now, Barmore was not arrested. He ended up getting picked up by his mother, but he posted on X after that whole incident and said, quote, "It was very unprofessional racism at its finest," before ended up deleting it. The Providence Police Union was just irate over that post. They actually demanded that he publicly apologize. He has yet to do that. The NFLPA that we reached out to hasn't sent us a statement. They have no comment at this point. Barmore's agent hasn't commented yet. So a much different situation, Marky, than what we saw with Tyreek Hill just over a month ago.
Yeah, we'll be eager to hear what more Barmore has to say after this incident has gone so public. Ryan Bass, thank you so much. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Like I said, you can't explain to me how those guys deserve billions of dollars to carry a football down the field. Like, that just doesn't make sense. Look at how that person was acting. I can't get out of a car and start ripping the cops' arms off of me and being aggressive and bumping chests and trying to intimidate them. You can't act like that. That's how you get put on your head. You'd be lucky they don't shoot you until you're dead and then celebrate it afterwards. But that guy, him and all his special treatment, that's why he acts that way. It's because they all enable him and stuff. They let him punk them like that. They should have stuck a taser to his neck. That's what they should have did. Straighten him right out. Fix that attitude. Remember, you ever seen Mr. Deeds and Adam Sandler? He got all that money and that football player came in there acting like that. And what'd he do? He fucking laid him on his back. And then what happened? He started being nice again. He started having some manners and being polite. Because that's what happens. You might get punched in the face. You'll start acting right. We got to make those punches in the face great again. Because I'm telling you, we shouldn't have to deal with that kind of bullshit. And then he's demanding an apology from those police because of racism. Or it's the other way around. They're demanding an apology from him because he's accusing them of racism. But like I pointed out of the 7 cops that were standing there, only 2 of them were white. And they weren't even saying anything to him. It was the black dudes that were up there like, "Hey, buddy, get out of the car. Hey, buddy, don't try and get buff with us, blah, blah, blah." And then he wants to turn around and call it racism? That doesn't even work in this situation. But I forgot, you don't have to be white to be a white supreme pizza. So stupid. So stupid. They should suspend him on the football team. Tell him stop acting like an asshole. Next up, we got Angel Mom's son was beaten, tortured, strangled to death by a border crosser. They're still here, and they're still killing us. We got to vote for President Trump, or things are going to continue to get worse around here. But before we get into that, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about that ignorant-ass football player. Breeze by you, they weren't doing anything racist. No, they were being too lenient. They should have tuned him up. They shouldn't have let him behave that way. Like, because it sets an example. It tells the world that if you make enough money or if you're famous enough, you'll get special treatment. And you shouldn't get special treatment. The law isn't based on how famous you are. It's on whether or not you did something wrong. And you hear the charges. He didn't have registration. His plates were bad. He had a plate cover on and various other, traffic infractions, stuff like that, random little things. But you add enough of those together, it becomes a big crime. And instead of him being accountable, he's over there, shoving them away, being aggressive, trying to intimidate them and stuff for him being in the wrong. Not because they did anything wrong, but because he fucked up and they were going to hold him accountable. They should make an example out of him. Snugs dude needs an attitude adjustment. Put him in the car and put him on a car lift and go at it. Well, they should have took him to jail. They should have took him to jail, charged him with trying to threaten an officer or intimidation of an officer, because he was saying, he's like, let's go, touch me, I dare you. That's a threat. You can't do that. You cannot get loud with anybody, let alone a cop. You can't walk up on somebody and bump chests with them and hover over them and, talk to them like you're going to do something. It's intimidation. And if you push it enough, like they try to flee and you keep walking around and you're not letting them flee, even if you don't touch them, it's actually assault. Assault and battery is kinetic. That's where you actually hit somebody, you touch somebody, you shove somebody. That's assault and battery. But to intimidate someone and then not let them leave, where they can't flee or retreat, that's assault because they have reason to believe that they are in danger. You're not just intimidating them, you're not letting them leave. They could charge him with assault for every officer that was there. Like, and how many counts of assault do you get before you start looking at felony charges? They could have got him with 7 counts of assault and intimidation, and that would have probably turned into some sort of conspiracy charge or something where he'd be facing a felony. And he's lucky they didn't treat him like that, and instead they were starstruck. They were like, but sir, please don't whoop my ass, sir. Like, what do you mean? He's the criminal. He's the criminal in the situation. You should hold him accountable instead of trying to ask him for his autograph. Officers over there like, sign my tits, sir. No. No, you should be holding him accountable. Jay Spray, they're not racist. He's just ignorant. Yeah. Yep. Matt, mommy came and saved him. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. If mommy would have raised him right, he wouldn't be acting like an asshole. So if the cops pull me over, can I yell, y'all are a femalist? What is this? Femalist? You might as well try. You might as well try, Snooks. Just go ahead and get out of it. You got a pretty good chance. You got a pretty good chance. I've never seen women be held accountable at all when it comes to male officers. It's only if a female officer pulls over a female does something actually happen. Otherwise, females get pulled over, they flash that smile and point those tits at him, and he's like, oh, I'm going to let you off with a warning. That's how it goes. Not me, though. I'm like, you want to see my tits? They're like, I'm going to need you to step out of the car. I'm like, damn it. Damn it, I tried. Zero, good grief, expired plates. What an idiot. Yeah, what a small, simple thing that could have been fixed to avoid the whole situation. And then he escalated it to become an aggressive situation. Matt, and there's reports that guy they traded for the basketball dude is already back in the arms business. See, and I'm not surprised at all, Matt. I can't remember what the guy's name is. He's like the something of death or something. Happy Freedom Manette. Thank you for joining us. Oh, I hope your stomach bug passes. It's no good. Not feeling good. Mad Marv, typical entitlement. Yeah. And entitlement is running rampant. It's because we have a lack of accountability. What's up, Elder Zoomer? Happy Freedom to you. You're not that late. You're not that late. Peyton. Only one who ever held me against my will like that was Lutheran pastor's son, big in baseball in Anchorage, untouchable. Yeah, Peyton, I hate when you end up tangoing with people that get special treatment. They're like the son of a judge or the son of the prosecutor, or they're related as a sheriff or something like that, and then they're hands off, and they get to strut around and step all over you, and you don't get to do anything about it. Can't stand it. It's a big problem. Well, it's probably a problem everywhere, but it's a big problem when you're in a small town, because you ain't got that many people. And so you can end up having this interaction with the same person over and over again. And if you know they're untouchable, that is such a frustrating thing to deal with. Stoner, hopefully his mommy tuned him up. I mean, somebody need to. Pumpkin, his mom picked him up, and that is not punishment. Right. Absolutely right, Pumpkin. Yeah, Disco, he had weed in the car. And I think that's what he was really getting all hype about, is he knew they were going to find that weed in his car. And so if he could call him a bunch of racists and stuff, that maybe they'd get scared and they'd back off of him and whatnot. And they ended up finding the weed anyways. And they didn't charge him for it. So I'm not sure what state he was in, but I wonder if it's even legal for him to even have weed in that state. Like here in Michigan, you can drive around with 2.5 ounces in your pocket. And as long as you're over 21, you don't have any guns in the car, you're fine. But that doesn't mean it's okay in the state that he was pulled over. So I wonder if they just let those charges go, or maybe it is legal in that state. Pumpkin, unprofessional racism. That's a new one. Yeah, but it's funny when you flip it around and you say professional racism. That makes your brain light up a little bit. Because there's got to be some of that out there. Pumpkin, is there a time limit on traffic stops? Maybe. There is a time limit for detainment. Like, they can detain you for up to 48 hours without having any evidence. It allows them to have time of evidence. So if they suspect you of a crime, but they don't have evidence of you committing a crime, they can lock you down for 48 hours while they go try and figure out some evidence to hold you behind bars. Andrew Tate was summoned to court and then detained, and we had covered it. And if he was here in America when those charges happened, he would have only been able to be held for 48 hours. But because he was in Romania, they decided to hold him for 30 days or 90 days or something without any evidence of wrongdoing. And after the time passed, they had to let him go because they never found any evidence of the charges they were accusing him of. But they always say those parts out quietly. When the arrests are made, they make it loud. Big loud, oh, we're accusing you of 19 crimes, blah, blah. But then when they let you go because they didn't have no evidence, they're like, yeah, we didn't find anything. And then they just kick them out, and then they get back on the streets, and nobody knows why, and everybody just remembers why you got arrested. They don't hear about why you got let go. And so that stigma, like they give you stigma, and now you got to walk around with it because nobody declared you innocent as loud as they try to declare you guilty. Yeah, Zupia, the merchant of death, that's who I was talking about. Yeah, Brittany Griner was worth the merchant of death. Like that, make it make sense, you know? And it, because I don't think it's a she, I think Brittany Griner is a dude, broke the law. That shapeshifter intentionally broke the law, intentionally brought drugs into Russia, and was held accountable because they don't have Democrats running their bullshit. Screaming Eagle, I'm sending whatever love I have left to you. I appreciate you, Screaming Eagle, and happy freedom to you. Brian, you could always get breast enlargement to help with the police encounters. Brian, I just try to avoid the police. I'm not trying to smooth anything over with them. I'm just trying to avoid them bastards. Stoner, I always wanted diplomatic immunity like the bad guy in Lethal Weapon 2. I've always wanted diplomatic immunity also. I've never seen Lethal Weapon, but I've seen a few TV shows where if you have diplomatic immunity, they're not even allowed to pull your car over. There was a period of time where the police would not leave me alone. I was like scared to go outside because they were just constantly finding reasons to pull me over. And I mean, it was at the point where they would stop me. And I'm like, so you suspect me of a crime? They're like, yeah, but we just need to talk to you long enough to figure out what you did wrong. And then I would just say, well, I'm not willing to talk without my attorney present. And they would say, well, we can stay in here all day if you want to. My crime? Walking down the street. Just because they could spot me and they know who I am. So then they want to interfere with me and stuff. But that was years ago, so now I don't have to worry about that stuff. Now I'm more incognito because I never know who can see me and know who I am. So I try to be more covered up because I don't want negative interactions. What's up, AR-16? Happy freedom with you. Mr. B knew Brittany Griner is a dude. I think so. I've seen a lot of videos of Brittany Griner walking around shirtless. It looks like a dude. It looks just like a dude. I mean, I've seen flat-chested women, and it don't look like that. It looks like a dude. Pumpkin, Klaus is looking at us. Oh, look at him. I think he likes the light. You good boy. Poke your whiskers, stick my finger in your face. Just kick my hand away. What's wrong with you? Uncle X, it's a dude. I'm pretty sure you're right. DeMarquise walking while Jeff Mack. Yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem. It's a backyard. Happy freedom. Illegals have absolute immunity in the workforce here. We are getting destroyed. It's organized. They lie and cheat till they get into management. Then they clean house. Yeah. I totally believe that. What's up, Free as Z can be? Happy freedom to you. Free as they can be. I don't know what you're talking about. There was a, do you know who I am in there somewhere? No, I don't never say that to people. I don't say that because they'll figure it out on their own. Most of my clothes have my name on it. Irish. Yeah, if that was my dumb ass, if I was tightening up and pulling away like that, they would have had me down on the ground in a New York minute. Yeah, Irish, I'd have been in the same boat. If I even breathe too hard, like if I sigh too loudly, They slam me right on my face and hog tie me. I can't tell you how many times I've been in the back of a police car on my stomach with my hands and my feet hog tied behind my back, like my feet chained to my arms and stuff like that, just because they're accusing me of resisting arrest. But then when I get the charges, like I get arraignment and all that stuff by the magistrate, I'm not being charged with resisting arrest. It's just fun for a cop to yell out, "Oh, he's resisting," and then they just put you right on your head. And they don't have to write in the report that you were resisting. They just do it in the moment because they know nobody but them's got cameras. That's why I gotta walk around with body cameras and shit. Free as he can be. Not you, the guy got pulled over. Yeah, oh yeah. The football player, he absolutely said that. You know that for sure. What's up, Hooligans Island? Happy freedom. Hooligans Island, now it's Democrats falsely accusing President Trump of wanting to open concentration camps in America. Yeah. It's very entertaining with the stupid stuff that the Democrats are selling right now. Sage Pup. It's the people that scream racism to try and get out of trouble or to manipulate others are the ones who keep racism alive. We must stop using skin color as an excuse. I agree, Sage Pup. It comes from upbringing. Because little kids don't, I mean, they see skin color, but they don't think anything of it. They don't look at it like a stigma or a reason to be divided. They just look at it like the same thing as different colored Play-Dohs. Like today we want some blue, and this day we want some green, and now we're gonna add a little red and a little yellow. That's all they see it as. They don't like it's all Play-Doh, and they don't look at it like that. But it's when family members, grandmas, uncles, moms, dads, when they start saying, "Oh, it's 'cause your skin color. Life's hard for you 'cause your skin color. You didn't get picked for the basketball team because of your skin color." That kind of stuff, those little whispers in those little ears. By the time those little kids grow up to be teenagers, they think everything's skin-based. What's up, Casso? Happy freedom. What is your name? Is it Scocasso? I moved the monitors back. That's why you can see my arms now. Alistair let me know that I looked like a floating head yesterday, and I was like, I will do something about that. We'll go with Casso. So if we see you in public, you're going to have a fake mustache on? No. I usually just got my hood up or I got a hat on or something like that. But that's why I try to tell hooligans, like, if you see me in public, say happy freedom to me. Because it's not going to be the enemies that say it to me. That's the whole reason we say happy freedom. It's because you talk about freedom, people see you as a patriot. Nothing pisses off Antifa and kid fuckers more than talking about freedom. So I'm not worried about commies saying happy freedom to me. They can't muster up the strength to do it. And so when people are like, hey you, or hey Jeff Mac, blah, 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 I have a reason to believe I'm in danger. But if somebody's like, hey Jeff, happy freedom, oh no, I want a hook. You know what I mean? Like, I want to meet you hooligans and stuff. So yeah, don't be afraid to say hello to me. Unpredictable. Yeah, we need a Jeff Mac bobblehead. I've been working on that for years, but the last time I tried to find customized bobbleheads, they were like $40 a piece. And I don't even think the Trump bobbleheads are that much. I'll talk to Alistair. He's a badass at a lot of that kind of creative, customized stuff. And I'll see if he can either find like a distributor or somebody that does custom bobbleheads or something, because that's been a really requested thing. Hair juicer. Yeah, that's what they say. Tom Jeff with tits. You might like me more. You never know. All right, hooligans, we're going to move into this next video here. This is Angel Mom's son was beaten, tortured, and strangled to death by a border crosser, which is absolutely terrible. Now, before we get into this, I want to give you guys a reminder really quick. If you would like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out, as we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's get into this. Damn border crossers still killing us. Hyena Harris said she would do nothing different. They were like, would you do anything different than old man Walter? She's like, no, can't think of one thing. Well, we don't need part 2 of that administration. Either way, let's get this rolling. Don't forget, hit that like button over on Rumble.
This
Watch Kamala Harris refuse to apologize to the angel families of Jocelyn Nungary, Rachel Morin, and Laken Riley, all murdered by illegal aliens. We should point out these families say they support legal immigration, not lawlessness. Watch this.
Do you owe
Brett,
those families an apology?
Let me just say, first of all, those are tragic cases. There's no question about that. And I can't imagine the pain that the families of those victims have experienced for a loss that should not have occurred.
Madam Vice President, it was a policy decision in the early part of your administration. I will let one of the mothers talk about it. Take a listen.
Because of the Biden-Harris administration open border policies catch and release, they were enrolled in the Alternatives to Detention program. This meant that they were released into the United States. It was not even a full 3 weeks later that they would take my daughter, Jocelyn Nungary's life. I believe the Biden-Harris administration open border policies are responsible for the death of my daughter.
That's the early days. So do you owe them an apology is what I'm saying. But do you want to answer
in all fairness, I told you, I feel awful for what she and her family have experienced.
Okay, did you catch that? She did not apologize. She did not directly apologize. The question now is, why was she not prepared to apologize and answer when shown photos about victims of illegal alien criminals killed on their watch? Let's welcome to the show Angel Mom Laura Wilkerson. Laura, we haven't seen you in a while. It's wonderful to see you again. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. First, can you please tell the viewer what happened to your son who was murdered? Who murdered him in 2010? Can you please tell us what happened?
Yes, Josh was sent to school one day and he never came home. Instead, he came home in a body bag. He was murdered by someone who happened to be in his class and asked for a ride home. The kid was here illegally from Belize. His parents were here on a short-term visa and refused to go back, and then he was brought here the same way, short-term visa, and then overstayed.
How was he killed?
He was beaten, tortured, strangled to death, and then set on fire after death.
I don't know how your family can endure the suffering, the grieving. It's just endless. I mean, you know, Kamala Harris was asked straight up, how many illegal aliens have you released into the country? Do you regret reversing Trump's border policies? She had no answer. We're showing what they did in the 94 executive orders that Biden and Harris implemented that opened up the border. We're also going to show the names of those killed in the border crisis. Why won't Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, Bill Clinton, Chuck Schumer, Democrats, why will they not, any of them, why won't they publicly say the names of Americans killed by illegal aliens, including your son?
It's because they would have to admit they're wrong on what they did, and then they would also be acknowledging that there's a problem. You know, when I came out and spoke about Josh's death, you know, I didn't have a side per se. I wanted the country that I'm a citizen of to understand what was happening in our country, and all of our American angel families, that, you know, we were a group of people who wanted the country to understand what was happening. You know, maybe they could say, we'll study it, we'll look into it, but no, they would not even acknowledge it. I mean, an apology at that time would have went a long way, but an apology from her now means nothing. I've had time to watch what she's done instead of what she says, and it's all changed in here just in the last few months since she was handed, you know, the vice presidency and now on to becoming what she hopes is the presidency.
So no Democrats have ever called you. Nobody's called you. This is 14 years ago. More people murdered since Josh has been taken. Here's the problem. President Biden and Harris, they could shut the border now under the federal law 212F, the Immigration Nationality Act. He used that same law to open up the border with his executive actions. He could use it to shut the border. Why won't they call you? Why won't they talk to angel families? Why won't they shut the border now, Laura? What do you think?
Because they cannot admit they were wrong in what they're doing. This is a planned invasion. There's a reason they want it done. They want the votes. They want people to come here. They're going to give them driver's license. If they need driver's license to vote, they're going to try to keep them on the voting rolls as opposed to eliminating them. And that is the reason behind this. You know, if you think that they're doing this out of some sort of heartfelt sympathy for these people, you'd be absolutely wrong. What country can an American like myself live in who either side won't just say, look, I'm really sorry this happened to you. Let me see if we can change it to make it better for our citizens? Not one Democrat.
Yeah, no country in the world does this. Laura, again, we're so sorry what you and your family have suffered through, and for all Angel families as well. We are going to stay on the story, okay? And we hear you loud and clear. We'll keep covering it, okay? Laura Wilkerson, mother of Joshua Wilkerson. Okay.
I just pray for the ones that it's just happened to. They've got a long way to go.
Got it. Laura, thank you so much. It's good to see you again.
Damn border crossers. That lady's on fire too. She's on fire. Now she was saying their kid was killed in 2010, I believe is what they said, which was obviously a long time ago. I'm sure pain like that doesn't go away. They're not going to do anything about these border crossers. That's why we got to get the Orange Eagle in here. They try to say it's racist to want mass deportation. I don't think there's anything racist about wanting to have a safer country, because we're not considered a safe country. We're like 133rd as safest country in the world or something like that, and I'm sure a lot of that goes to gun stuff because the rest of the world's scared of guns. And well, you see how our news is. Oh, the big scary guns, stupid shit. But gotta get rid of these border crossers or they're gonna keep killing us. That's all there is to it. And if you stand against them bastards, you're the bad guy. We gotta vote these people out. Our government is shit right now. We got to get the Orange Eagle in there. He's bringing Elon with him. He's bringing RFK Jr. with him. He's got JD Vance with him. I mean, he's got everybody with him. We got to get the Orange Eagle in there. Start getting this stuff turned around, because I'm tired of covering Americans being smoked by border crossers. That shit is wrong. That shit is wrong. We got hooligans that have been hurt by border crossers and all kinds of stuff. And every time, like this story almost got me earlier. When I was putting the list together and I saw this, I had to take a break, because I'm sick of this bullshit right here. There's no way that we should just be eating shit like this. Watching our kids get killed by border crossers and shit, knowing that if we go out there and do anything about it, we're going to go to prison the rest of our life. That's bullshit. We got to make sure to get out there and vote for President Trump so we can turn this shit around. Because otherwise, we're going to see more and more vigilante justice happen. And we shouldn't have to rely on that kind of bullshit. We pay our taxes. We got fucking police officers. What the hell's going on around here? How is it that we're out here with guns and we're being killed by people who don't have guns? That shit doesn't even make any sense. Anyways, next up we got Lip Reader Deciphers animated conversation between Barack Obama and Joe Biden. We actually played this video yesterday as our funny video of the day because there was a funny voiceover thing or whatever. But we have the video once again, but it's been deciphered by lip readers. Now in this video, there's like a reporter who's kind of describing the whole event. But while he's talking, there's captions on the video in the background. If you read the captions, it'll tell you what the lip readers deciphered in the message. And what it kind of sounds like is a negotiation between, well, not so much a negotiation, but a conversation between Barack Obama and Joe Biden. And they're talking about how Hyena Harris isn't doing very well and how Joe Biden was actually doing better than her. And then Barack Obama mentioned something about there's still time. So I don't know if they're going to try and do another swap and get Biden at the top of the ticket at the end of the game, which I don't even know if they could even do that at this point. But it sounds like they're cooking up something. Either way, that's coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about that video we just covered there with the damn border crossers and all that. Hey, good luck to you, hair juicer, and be safe out there, them damn Fed boys. Don't tell them more than you got to. What's up, 10 man? Happy freedom for you. Happy freedom for you. Happy freedom to you. Sorry, I'm thinking three things at once. Snooks, you lose a child, even a miscarriage, you grieve a long, long time. Yeah, I totally believe that, Snooks. Breeze, but you pull out the Glock. For real. Anybody walking around unarmed right now is just potentially a victim. Russell, RIP to these victims and families. Yeah, and that's what the list of names was. They had a blue screen and it was like scrolling names. Every one of those names is someone who was killed by a border crosser. It's messed up. It makes me think of the BLM days. Like, I can't remember what they were chanting. Something like how many names or how many of us have to die. They were saying stuff like that. And now it's kind of 360. It's like how many names are we going to have to say because the damn border crossers won't stop smoking us. Russell, deport the illegals, and Harris should apologize to the victims. Absolutely. She didn't apologize. She was just, oh, I feel real bad for those people. She don't feel that damn bad or they'd close the border. Hair juice or custom chapstick. I was trying to get some custom chapstick going, but the store that wanted to do it, they wanted to make it like a permit. They wanted to like use my branding, but not have me be a part of it. They wanted just like they thought we had a good idea and they were gonna take it. And I was like, nah, fuck that. We're not doing that. And they might have done that. And I can't do anything about it because hooligan is its own word. I can't copyright it. Now they can put Jeff Mac Hooligan on there, otherwise I would sue them. But gotta find someone better. Just gotta find someone better. But I do want my own custom chapstick. That'd be like a dream come true. It's on the bucket list. Zero, Kamala will develop cancer or claim that she can't run anymore or some other disease. It could be Zero. It could be. Thank you so much, Cody, for that $10 donation on Rumble. I really appreciate the support, Cody. Thank you so much. Oh, you know what's really funny is WMM was at my house the other day, and he picked up that knife that you had made for me, and he was like, wow, this is badass. Where'd you get it? And I was like, a hooligan made it for me. And he had all the compliments for it. So thank you so much, Cody. It says, I owe some back rent. Nah, I appreciate you. Paul, I need bacon-flavored chapstick. Well, let me write a little note here. I'll do some deep diving later. And maybe we'll come out with, first, as soon as we get some, we'll come out with like 5 flavors or something. That'd be badass. All right. Got my little note here. That way I can remember it after the live. Era 16, being called a racist is so 2020. Right? For real. It has totally lost its effect. Puffin stuff. America is closed. No vacancies. Yep, we need to hang a sign on the wall. 78. I put on Oreo Express to see how his live stream is, and it's clear. Dan Bongino is also clear this morning during the Trump live interview. Yeah, 78. I know that it's clear. It's only my channel that's being messed with, but I don't know what's wrong because if you look at YouTube, Twitch, Kick, or X, everything is clear. It's just anything connected to Rumble is dog shit right now, and I don't know why. Because like I said in the beginning, I'm sending a single signal, so it should be the same on all platforms, and it's only dog shit on Rumble. It's got to be Rumble's fault. And I wrote Rumble Rick, and they said they were looking into it, but now I haven't heard anything back, so I'm not sure why this is happening. Disco, there is not time. The ballots are already set and sent out. Oh, yeah, there's already early voting. Yeah, they can't swap old man Walter out. So I don't know what him and old Bummer are doing, but they're plotting and scheming something. Crimps, we're being replaced. They're trying, but eventually when Americans have had enough, they'll start fighting back. And it's going to look bad on TV, but people aren't going to want their own extinction. I know that. Yeah, Slink, I know. There's something going on with Rumble. I don't know what it is. What's up, Mary Todd? Happy freedom. Cody, she's spot on. I agree. She knew all of it. She's like, we're being invaded, which is true. They want the votes, which is true. They're giving them driver's license if they needed to vote, which is true. I mean, she's right. She might be a hooligan. Shit. I mean, she knew all of the talking points and stuff. I mean, they're not just talking points. They're just points in general. The facts that are going on right now that Democrats and fake news, they don't want to talk about that. And that lady she's out there spilling the truth. Pumpkin, Dems think murder is not a reason to say sorry. Yeah, you're right. That's why they keep shooting at President Trump. Mr. B. New, what about the black cop that shot Ashley Babbitt in the face on J6? They probably gave him a promotion. They probably cry and say he's got PTSD from doing it. They're like, oh, that poor guy had to shoot that scary white supreme pizza. He's a poor man. I'm sure they talk like that. Stoner, do we have 2 weeks worth of memes? Oh, yeah. I guarantee we do. It's going to be a long Saturday, I'll tell you that. Pumpkin Hair should be behind bars. Most of those people on Capitol Hill should be behind bars. They're all a bunch of criminals. Ghostly, I would turn into a monster if this happened to my family. I feel the same exact way, Ghostly. I can't find the words that I would be legally allowed to say on the live of the things I would do if someone did that. What happened to that woman's child? Someone did that to a person that's close to me. I would eat that individual. They wouldn't be able to find the body. They'd just be picking his DNA out of my shit because I'd be just consuming the corpse, bones and all. Like, fuck that. Fuck that. I would turn into a bad guy if that happened, so hopefully it never does. The Marquise here is going to get 94 million votes. She's going to get 20 billion votes. I'm not going to be surprised on how any of this goes, but I'm just really hopeful that when we all vote for the Orange Eagle, that it really is too big to rig. And they're still going to pull some numbers that ain't going to make sense. We're going to be able to add Trump's numbers to Hyena Harris's numbers, and we're going to equal triple the population of the U.S. And the news is going to deny that bullshit. But I'm still hoping it's so big that they can't rig it in their favor. And like I said, there is that possibility that they're going to rig it in Trump's favor. And then when he wins, they're going to claim it was stolen and hold an audit and then find the evidence that they planted and then accuse him of interference. And then everyone's going to lose their marbles. Don't forget. Don't forget. I've been saying that for quite a while now. What's up, Find It, Fix It? Happy Freedom. Zeus Boot, zero accountability from anyone related to this administration. Absolutely. Old man Walter is not fit to stand trial, but they let him run the country. Like I've been saying, apparently Klaus Daniels has been qualified since birth to run the country because you don't even have to, speak English, really. You don't have to do shit. Sit around and be told what to do. What's up, Rich? Happy Freedom. Contempt, they're all friends and they're all related. Yeah. Yep. Well, they get in where they fit in. You see someone that, this is why I talk about Elon. Elon goes to the gala. Everyone at the gala is from Capitol Hill. All those people that hang out at the gala are bad people. People like Elon Musk. I think he's entertaining, but I can't tell if he's a good guy or not. But he goes and rubs elbows with all the bad people from Capitol Hill. Well, people get in where they fit in. And so if he can get along with those people and he can relate to those people, he might be one of those people. And that's the kind of stuff that makes me keep him at an arm's distance. Now he wants to cut the fat off of the government so they stop spending all of our tax dollars on bullshit. That sounds pretty good. Now I'm sure a lot of that will benefit him because his money comes from the government. So he might be working in his own self-interest, but as long as it benefits us too, I'm going to go ahead and let whatever happen. But that's why I think Elon's, I keep him at arm's distance. I think he's entertaining, but I don't necessarily think he's a good guy. Backyard. We're never going to be able to get them out of the workforce. They have fake IDs, I was told, were provided by the ACLU in New York City. Yeah, well, and that is the thing. There's going to be mass deportation, but I think there's going to be quite a few people that are just going to be undetectable. They have so much documentation that they shouldn't have been able to get, like voter ID. A lot of people are getting voter ID because they're getting handed flyers from the Secretary of State, and in some states they call it the DMV, and they get these flyers that say, hey, come apply for voter ID, even if you don't have the required paperwork. And it's because they want illegals to do it. So they show up with whatever little papers they got, and they're like, hey, I want a voter ID. And they're like, well, where's your ID? And they're like, well, I don't have one because I'm an illegal. They're like, oh, you're an illegal? Let me extradite this so you can have voter ID today. Like corruption. It's corruption. What's up, Southern Eagleman? Happy Freedom to you. Lee, in my opinion, he made it where I can speak on X. I couldn't under Jack. Yeah, Lee. Yeah. Lone Wolf, that's why they're softening people up. Yeah, because then they can't fight back against the invasion. Because the people coming in under the invasion, those are monsters. Those are animals coming in here. They're used, like, I was talking earlier today about how these people are so crazy because they have some sort of whatever the hell is wrong with them. They target people between the ages of 11 and 13. Most of the victims are right there in that age range. Like, they're not even preying on adults. They're preying on children, people that ain't even teenagers yet. It's like these are monsters. And Americans are soft and stupid right now. Not all of us, but the new ones, like the youngins right here, Gen Z, that's why they look like they're 40 right now. Most of Gen Z looks much older than me. I don't know if it's the fentanyl or if it's the damn fluoride in the water. I don't know what it is, but they look like shit. And they believe everything. And they're scared of everything. It makes them very easy targets for these monsters coming across the border. Teasel, don't eat negative energy. Well, I try not to. Lone Wolf, we are screwed and don't get to enjoy it. Well, I don't think we're screwed, but things aren't really great right now. I think, it's always darkest before it's dawn and stuff like that. What goes around comes around. That's how life works. And so I try to be hopeful for the future, and I try to remain prepared as much as possible. Because like I say, I'm not a tough guy, but I'm not going to eat shit. I'm just not. And so I try to stay prepared for that kind of stuff. What's up, Jay Mitchell? Happy freedom. Jay Mitchell, or is it Michelle? I get messed up between Mitchell, Michelle, and Michael. I just read like shit. It's my fault. Carrying your mail-in ballot to the courthouse. Can you submit your ballots into the courthouse? Is that where they go? I've never done mail-in ballots. I've always done it in person. Lee, besides the hardened gang members, the fentanyl, the slavery, child trafficking, what else could go wrong? Yeah, Lee, like I'm saying, it's not real great right now, so there must be some great stuff on the horizon. Snooks, Rumble does look much better than yesterday. I appreciate it, Snooks. I wish it wasn't blurry, and I don't know what to do about it. I'll try and do some more testing to see if I can figure it out. But if it was really my fault, it would be blurry on all platforms, not just Rumble. It's got to be something with the way that they're receiving the signal. But like I said, I'll try and make some changes and see if we can get things better on Rumble. Because it really pisses me off because I had everybody go to Rumble because YouTube demonetized me after mistreating me for 2 years. And now we're dealing with these problems. And I know that's frustrating. So I'm going to try and work on it later. Even though I don't think it's my fault, I'm going to try and figure something out to make it a little bit more enjoyable for you guys. So we're going to get on to this next video here. This is, if I could get this damn cord out of my way. Lip reader deciphers animated conversation between Barack Obama and Joe Biden. Like I said, we played this video yesterday as our funny video because there was a funny voiceover with these two talking to each other. But like the title states, their conversation was deciphered by a lip reader. Not all of it. There's parts of it that says basically they couldn't understand what they were saying. But you're going to see this guy kind of narrate what happened between the deciphering as well as the conversation between Barack and Joe. But if you read the video in the background, it's got captions, and that way you can read what these two are talking to each other. And the clip's very short, and I think they loop it like 4 or 5 times. So you'll have plenty of time to read the captions, have an idea of the conversation that Barack and Joe are having in the background there, as well as the narration from this individual. Let me get on there. This guy right here, kind of summarizing the whole deal from narration to the conversation itself. So let's go ahead and get into this. And don't forget, hit that like button over on Rumble.
But first, you may have seen this footage of Joe Biden and Barack Obama having an animated discussion at the memorial service for Ethel Kennedy this week. And that sparked a lot of humorous speculation as to what they were saying. But you know what? The New York Post apparently has the real story. They hired a lip reader and said that President Biden griped to former President Barack Obama that she, I guess Harris, is not as strong as me. With Obama agreeing, that's true. The former president also said, apparently, we have time. Yeah, we'll get it in for sure, Biden agreed. A source close to Obama didn't deny the translation, but only said, only President Obama and President Biden know what they discussed yesterday. Any assertion otherwise is ridiculous. Well, we'll see about that, but with polls on a knife edge and Joe Biden still bitter as hell about being pushed aside, it doesn't seem that unlikely to me.
Well, we'll see. Like a hooligan mentioned in the chat, it is pretty much too late for them to, call Joe Biden and tag him in like WWE or whatever. You got tagging the teammate. It's too late for that. People have already started their early voting. Mail-in ballots are already being dumped in the sewer. So I think it's too late to swap Joe out. But I am interested to hear or to see a continuation of whatever that conversation is, because they must have been talking about something. They're scheming and scamming about something. I'm not sure what it is, but these Democrats, they got something up their sleeve. That's for sure. They're like I was saying, Hodge twins yesterday posted on X saying, "You really think they're going to let Trump win and just ride off into the sunset and they're not going to do anything about it?" I think for sure Antifa is going to be in the streets, but it's the Democrats on Capitol Hill that I really wonder what are they going to be up to. Because months ago, Jamie Ratskin, I don't know if he's a congressman or a senator, he's one of those, but he's a terrible person. He was involved in the J6 stuff. He was involved in the second impeachment trial that happened. He's involved in all that crap. He does so much lying and crying and screaming and pissing and moaning every time he has a microphone under his face. And so he was doing some interview and he was talking about how if President Trump wins, they're going to basically try him again for insurrection. They're going to try and pull him down, claiming he's an insurrectionist and blah, 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 and all this stupid shit. So obviously they got something up their sleeve, but only time will tell. Next up, we have JD Vance. We don't have enough electricians, welders, and people who can build things here in the U.S. Motivational speech by JD Vance. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about that deciphered conversation between Joe Biden and Barack Obama. What's up, Chrissy Star? Happy freedom to you. Russell, they all know that Harris is done. Yeah, but we can't get comfortable. We can't get comfortable. Yeah, she's toast. She is burnt toast at this point. She's cooked. But we can't get comfortable. We got to get that orange eagle in there no matter what. Hair juicer, looks like I'm getting fucked out of a week of benefits. Neat. Ah, that sucks, hair juicer. I hate dealing with unemployment. It's always a nightmare. Hair juicer, if you need to, maybe you can talk to your job. I've had situations where they try to screw me out of stuff when I'm talking unemployment, but they give options to your employer. So if the weeks are wrong in unemployment, you can contact your employer and say, "Hey, this is when I'm off. I ended here and I was gone this week. Unemployment's claiming some other shit. You need to contact them and get it straightened out." And your employer has that ability. So if that's kind of a potential opportunity for you, like there's time you should have as a part of unemployment, and unemployment's giving you a hard time, contact your employer. Because they're the ones that can set the actual dates and confirm that there should be a week of benefits that you should receive. The unemployment's, because they don't know anything. Unemployment doesn't know shit. I mean, it's like talking to the Democrats, they don't know shit. But your employer, they can affect that kind of stuff. So if the possibility is there, that'd be the move I would try and make, is contact the employer. Chrissy Star, no matter what, we need to vote Trump and make it too big to rig. Absolutely, Chrissy Star, 100%. Breeze by you, Trump 2024. That's right. And please don't mention the word shit. My stomach takes that as a cue to go. Sorry to hear that, Annette. I hate having stomach bugs. Russell, they're pedos and kids are easy prey for them. Yeah, definitely, Russell. Crystals, it could always get worse. Yeah, it could. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see what worse from here looks like. Matthew, YouTube sucks. Clear as crystals here. Well, I'm glad to hear it, Matthew. Bobby, that's a tasty looking cat. Klaus Daniels, they're peeping you. It's like the lobsters. You go to those stores and they got the lobsters swimming around. You can pick which one you want to eat. Klaus Daniels sitting there on display. I'm going to need to put a hot hold here, keep him warm until he sells. It's terrible. That's terrible. Era 16, Universal Catnap Time. Yeah, they run in their own time zone. Kevin, do all cats sleep at the same time? Mine's sleeping too. Could you imagine that? If globally all the cats are like, oh, that time, just pass out, take a nap real quick. According to the science, and I don't know if it was Fauci that provided this information, but apparently cats sleep 1/3 of their life. They spend 1/3 of their life asleep. Mine, he tries to break records. Paul, Klaus says, you're not the boss of me. No, I'm Klaus's emotional support animal. Puffin stuff. The Babbitt shooter is a drunk, the same Secret Service agent that left his firearm on the back of a pill licensed toilet in the White House while he was serving Obama. Jeez, Puffin stuff. I didn't know that. I mean, I knew he was a piece of shit, but I didn't realize he was a drunk too. What's up, Wayward? Happy freedom. Paul, Harris has made some great Trump ads with that interview. Yeah. And I love that. The Team Trump grabs all those clips from Hyena Harris, or even like Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton was like, yeah, things wouldn't be so bad if those people at the border were vetted. And then it ends, and it's President Trump saying, I'm Donald Trump, and I approve of this message. I'm like, I love that so much. Love it. Just let those, give them enough rope. Got to give them enough rope. Happy freedom, I'm Moraine. Appreciate you being here with us. My weenie dog sleeps 1/3 of his life, but apparently that is a Dutch hound thing. They sleep a lot, do they? I've always liked wiener dogs. I always think they're so funny. Rip Curl, wait, does Klaus taste like lobster? I've never tasted Klaus before, just in case I have to use him as toilet paper, but probably not. Probably not. Kevin, I'm Pepper's emergency food. You're the to-go bag, just in case. She's like, or it's like, power better not go out, Kevin. I got my eyes on you. He's over here moaning and groaning. Frank, he even looks like a rat. You talking about rat sack skin? He looks like the Ratican from The Great Mouse Detective. I think that was his mascot photo when we were covering the second impeachment trial. Every time he went up there, I put up that Ratican photo up in the corner over here as his mascot photo, because he's that guy. He's just a dirty, slimy dude. DeMarquise, not Antifa's Trump supporters after the election is hijacked. They gave military rights to fire on citizens. Yeah, DeMarquise, we're gonna see how this is gonna go, because they did give the green light to use lethal force against American citizens, and it's talking about in instances where military has to do the job of police officers. So we're talking martial law or civil unrest situations, things like that. Like back in 2020 during the riots, they had National Guard. They even had marshals involved in certain areas and stuff like that. And in those situations, they are now authorized to be able to use lethal force against Americans. So what's saying they won't stage a situation to force civil unrest, causing the opportune time for them to use lethal force against Americans. But as I said, for 4 years now, the day they start shooting Americans in the street and you turn your TV on and you see that shit, you're going to see people lose their minds. You're going to see people unite like you've never seen before. Like, I know that for a fact. Nobody wants to watch Americans being shot in the streets, especially at home. That is not going to go over well. Yeah, contempt. Yeah. The day they cross that line will be a dark day. Teasel, typical for dogs to sleep 20 hours a day. Holy. I wish I could sleep 20 hours a day. I need it, but I also feel bad. Sometimes I sleep 4 hours. I wake up, I'm like, I'm so lazy. I should be working right now. What's up, Rhyme Time? Happy Freedom. Mike, they're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. I know. It's funny how that quieted down. It got real quiet. And nobody's talking about the Haitians eating cats anymore. I bet it's still happening, though. What's up, Spirit Matter? Happy Freedom. What's up, Skulls? Happy Freedom to you. I gave you a shout out yesterday. I don't know if you heard it. Let me see. Oh no, it's Schuler's. My bad. Got twisted up. My bad. But either way, happy freedom to you. Appreciate you being here. What's up, Todd? Happy freedom. Bring the light to the darkness of this world. That's what we're trying to do. The Marquis bad lip reading. Those videos are so funny. That's pretty much what our funny video of the day yesterday was. I gotta find an official funny video of the day for today, but I should be able to pull it off. We have a feel-good video, but we don't have a funny video, and the feel-good video is pretty good. Peyton, hubby is part ferret, I guess. Where does that come from? Ghostly, ferrets sleep 18 hours every day. Ah, I see what you hooligans are saying. Oh, thank you for doing that, Snooks. 10 man, no comment. Yeah, that's a funny one. All right, hooligans, we're going to pull up this next video. This is JD Vance saying we don't have enough electricians, welders, and people who can build things here in the U.S. JD Vance has been killing it lately. And we got the brick suit dude. It's a double whammy here. All right, let's get this rolling. Once again, this is JD Vance. We don't have enough electricians, welders, and people who can build things in the U.S.
The U.S. labor force participation rate is historically low, among young men in particular. There are a lot of reasons for this, from drug addiction, lack of education, mental health problems. How does this administration plan to address this issue and get our young people back to work so they can start families, buy homes, and participate in the American dream?
Yes, sir, a very important question, and the most important way to get people back into the labor force is to make sure that we've got good jobs and the dollar goes far enough to support a family in this country. If you want to get people back to work, you've got to make sure that when they earn a dollar, first of all, they get to keep as much of it as possible, which is why we want to lower folks' taxes. But second of all, a lot of people are not going to choose to work if they work 40 hours a week, 50 hours a week, and they can't afford food, they can't afford to buy a house. This inflation that we've experienced under Kamala Harris's leadership, we've got to make the dollar worth a dollar again, and that's something Donald Trump and I are going to fight for every single day. Now, a second thing that we've got to do is that we've got to promote more pathways in this country to the middle class. When I was growing up, what everybody told me, all my guidance counselors, all my teachers, they told everybody, you got to go to college, you got to go to college, you got to go to college. Well, here's the thing. Now we're waking up and we realize we've got way too many basket weavers with a 4-year college degree, but we don't have enough electricians, enough welders, enough people who can build things in this country, and that's got to change. So we want to make it easier. If you, whatever you want to do, if you want to go be a doctor, go be a doctor. But if you want to work with your hands and build something in the greatest country in the history of the world, we've got to make sure there are pathways available for people who want to do that. And I think that's how we get people back engaged with the workforce, is we give them the training for the kind of jobs that they want to do. It's going to make our whole country better in the process. Thank you for the question.
JD Vance out here killing it. I think he's been doing fantastic. Got to make working worthwhile. Got to do that by making the dollar worth more. Got to make it go as far as we need it to go. And I think that's a good point. Nobody wants to work 40 hours and still not be able to eat food at the end of the week, or be able to provide for their kids, or put gas in the car, pay the rent, any of that kind of stuff. It's really demotivating when you give it all you got and you still can't pay for stuff. I definitely know. I definitely know. When I first moved into this apartment, I was using credit cards to pay rent, and I couldn't even use credit cards. Like there was no way to pay with a credit card. So I would have to create ways to pay myself so I would have the money to give it to rent. And cuz they don't care how they get it as long as they get it in the form of a check. So I had to do all this goofy stuff. I didn't do anything illegal, but I was spending credit card money just to be able to pay rent, and I was working 60 hours a week in a factory that pays more than any of the other places in my area. And so I definitely know where it's like you're giving your all and you're not moving forward. It's very exhausting and demotivating. And then you got a whole family that's relying on you. What do? You just feel sunk. And so I think JD Vance, with what he was saying, is making a good point. Got to make that dollar worth getting, and then people will want to work because it'll be worth it. Now, you'll still have Democrat lowlifes that don't want to work and they want handouts and shit like that. But there's only so much you can do about that. But for people like me and you guys, where we want to earn what we have, that way we can stand on it and we can say, no, you can't take this from me. I earned it. We gotta make America great again. Otherwise, life's just a sad story right now. So, gotta vote for the Orange Eagle November 5th. Next up, we got the last little bit of our news. It's titled, Elon Musk offers voters $100 each as he drums up Trump support. This is very interesting. Now, I think he was already offering money. He was offering like $47 or something for people to register voters, to, not illegally, but to encourage friends and families to get registered to vote. I believe that's what it was. And now here he is offering some doll hairs again just to motivate people, make sure they go out there and vote. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat and see what your hooligans think about JD Vance and everything he was talking about. And thank you, Hair Juicer, for sending me the funny video of the day. I'm not sure what to title it yet, but that's going to be our funny video of the day. Thank you, Hair Juicer. What's up, Cassandra? Happy Freedom. Thank you for joining us. Zero, join the military, learn a skill. Well, if you join the military right now, I think you got to get vaccinated. So maybe wait for President Trump to get into office, then go join the military. Russell, trade school is where it's at. Yeah. Yep. I really want to, a part of me really wants to go to trade school to learn to be an electrician. I've built rooms. I ran grow rooms for 10 years. And I had 2 or 3 big grow rooms that I was growing for legally growing weed. And like I said, I did it for a decade, and I loved it. Loved hanging out with the plants, singing to them, hugging them, stuff like that. But I had to build the rooms. I had to run the 20 amp wire and do all that stuff, put the plugins in, lights, all that, so light switches, doors on the rooms, all that stuff. And I really liked doing it, and I like all of the potential. When you got that kind of skill, you have a lot of potential for things you can do. And if you get certified, you can work on other people's stuff and you can make some big bucks doing it. And yeah, it is dangerous. You only got to get electrocuted one good time to kick the bucket, but you can make some good money. And if you're smart enough to stay safe, it's not that big of a deal. Now, of course, it depends on what you're working on and things like that, but I've always been interested in that field. And maybe one day I'll have enough money and free time to where I could take a course, because they do have one in Ludington, or they did. They might not now, but they did have a course at the community college to get certification like that, for like an entry level certification into being an electrician. I've always thought about going and doing that. Maybe in the future I'll be able to, but I agree, trade schools is where it's at. Zero, most college is a scam. Yeah. I'm glad I went to college for what I went to learn, and I bet Full Sail is totally woke right now. It wasn't like that when I went, but I'm sure it's probably a liberal shithole right now. But I don't regret going to college at all. I learned what I wanted to learn, and that's why I went, because I wanted to know the things that I was able to learn. And when I was there, I was very vocal about things. Every little thing I wanted to know, I was asking my professors and stuff. Because I wanted to get the most out of college. But yeah, if you're just going to college because your parents told you to, or because you think you're going to get a good job or something, nah, most of that is hopium. Most of that is hopium. But if you go to a trade school, you don't have to do a whole 4 years. You can do that in a couple months, or you could do it in a year or 2 years and then have a trade where you might be able to be a free agent, right? Like a plumber or something like that, where you could just work for yourself, work your own hours, buy your own, everything you buy is a tax write-off as far as stuff you buy for business and whatnot. and really, put yourself ahead in life. Why be an employee if you could be an employer? But a lot of it is fear. Doubt has killed more dreams than failure ever will. Tin Man, I'm willing to pass my knowledge of painting and drywall finishing. The youngsters are lazy. Yeah, Tin Man, and painting and drywall is some good skills to have. Every house you sit in, right? Paint and drywall. It's a very good skill to have. But you're right, a lot of these young people, they're lazy. Wait till Gen Alpha. Gen Alpha starts getting in their 20s. I think we're going to see some little badasses because they're not woke. They are not woke. These young little Gen Alpha guys, I don't know where the age limit is. I think they're all like 10 years old or some shit right now. By the time they're 20, they're not going to be woke. They're going to be money hungry. They're going to want to work. They're going to want shit to make sense. They're going to want structure. They're not going to care about non-binary idiots. They're going to want to be like ruling the world, getting their American dream. And so we got to make America great so they have the foundation to build on. Because Gen Z, they're lost. They're lost. I think that we're going to have like a generation gap. I feel like those people who are Gen Z, they're not going to make it to being 50. They're too addicted to fentanyl and cutting their wieners off and stuff. I don't think there's going to be a lot of Gen Z in their 50s, 60s, 70s. I just don't see that happening. Hair juicer, learning welding took me 120 hours. Now I swim in money. Yeah, hair juicer. Welding's a badass skill to have too. Breeze by you, Klaus looks comfy. He's in his Klaus bowl. What's up, buddy? Being a good boy? Mm-hmm. He's like, why are you always messing with me? It's actually like a hammock. It's a big old bowl of Klaus there. That's badass, hair juicer. Heck yeah. What's up, Alistair? Happy freedom to you. Doing the escape rooms, drywall, plumbing, hydraulics, electricity, on top of all the micro electronics, and creating and designing puzzles. Yeah, Alistair, you got a plethora of skill sets. A man of many hats. Ghostly, I suck at welding. I've never welded. What I want to get into is soldering. It would be useful for me to be able to solder motherboards and things like that because I deal with a lot of electronics or jewelry fabrication. Very interested in jewelry fabrication. I know that's not a worthwhile trait, but I've always been really interested in jewelry, and a lot of that is because I'm allergic to non-precious metals. So like my earrings or any kind of jewelry I have has to be real silver, real gold, real platinum, I assume. I've never had platinum, but it has to be a precious metal. And with that being the case and how I like to customize everything, I would really like to come out with my own handmade custom jewelry. I've had lots of videos and books and stuff that I've purchased to learn how to do that, but I've never been in a situation where I could go to like a studio and give it a shot or have enough space to be able to create a studio to be able to do it in a safe environment, but maybe one day in the future. Reading through. What's up, Rappy? Happy freedom. Peyton, MAIT, taught hubby Wind Tech. He worked it for a few years. Now he teaches the tech online. That's badass, Peyton. Yeah, and that's the other thing about it is you could learn a lot about a field and then get to a point where you either don't like it anymore, you don't want to do that anymore, or whatever, but then you can become a teacher in that field. Like I'm qualified to teach, I think, I want to say it's high school or higher music theory. And I could do, I think I could teach college level music theory, but I could teach high school music class. And so I could go in and do junior high or high school and be a music teacher. I'm qualified to do that. They don't pay enough though. They'd have to give me $75,000 a year more. It'd have to be that or more. Otherwise, I'm not fucking doing that. I can't stand bad kids. Can't stand them. I'd be like, fuck you, you little shit. You ain't supposed to talk like that to kids. But I know how kids can be, and, you know, I serve them that same medicine right back. You gonna treat me like shit, you little fucker? I'll be your dad for the week. Yeah, not me. I'm doing fine where I am. Kevin, I'm only 5'4", but I'm staying young looking longer, so it balances out. Well, there you go, Kevin. You're going to outlive all of us. Mr. B knew plumbing stinks, but it won't electrocute you. Yeah, and plumbing's very, very useful job because big part of your house and other people's houses is plumbing. You can make a lot of money doing that, and you're right, probably not going to get electrocuted. It's not a guarantee because sometimes people who put houses together, there's some dumbasses, and all of a sudden your water is really spicy, you know. Wayward, Ohio just got recreational weed. I want to invest in it somehow. What you could do is find stock. Now, I can't give legal advice and I can't give financial advice, but when things happened here, there was a lot of companies that went public and there was a lot of weed stock that popped up. Now, it's kind of a dangerous game because a lot of those companies that popped up, they're no longer around. They had to file for bankruptcy and all that shit, so they're no longer around. But there's big companies that supply these states with product. If you can find those companies, they've been around for a while, and every time a state goes recreational, that company gets a little boost because they're now supplying a new state with product. So that's what I would do if I was you. I would look at the companies in the stock market and like get a stash app or there's like Robinhood or something like that, and look for weed stocks or even Google it and see what's been around for a while. Check their portfolio to see, you know, how that little line has been rolling, and see what they supply and where they supply it to. And if they're nationwide supplying product to these legal states, might be worthwhile to invest with those people because, like I said, every time a new state pops up and becomes legal, that stock goes up because now they have a whole state to sell product to. That's where I would start. There is kind of a scammy thing that happens. So a lot of companies are like, oh, give us money. We're going to become a big grow op, or we're going to become a big dispensary and it's going to be fantastic. Well, there's nothing saying you'll get your money back. There's nothing saying they're going to pay you back. They could file for bankruptcy and you'll just be out that money that you threw those people. So you could have the same thing happen in stock. You could invest money and have it flop, but at least there's some history there to look at versus just trusting some stranger's word that their dreams are going to come true. What's up, Silly String? Happy Freedom. I'm an accountant and my husband builds motors. We live among the Section 8ers, those who don't even try to work, live at our level. Yeah, Silly String, I feel the same way. Everybody in these apartments here, they're all on Section 8. They're all hooked on pills. They're all just smoking cigarettes, standing next to the dumpster all damn day. And I work 16 hours a day, 18 hours a day. And even when I was at the factory, I was working 65 hours a week. And, you know, I'd get home and they're all in the hallways and stuff. They're like, oh, I ain't seen you all day. Yeah, I was at work. I know you don't know what that's like, but that's where I was. And we all have to live in the same area because everything's unaffordable. That's why we got to vote the Orange Eagle in. We need to do something to try and turn things around. Paul, it used to be my job to take a shitty job and make it pleasant. You had to go and make it better for everybody else. That kind of sounds like an exhausting job, Paul. But I bet it makes you feel good if things land the way they're supposed to. You're improving someone else's life. It's got to feel good to a certain degree. Elisa, 50 hours a week at a machine shop and can barely afford rent and groceries. Yeah, Lisa. Yep. Reading through. DeMarquise, my Votech school offers a mechanic course to work on trannies. They got a lot of wrong sign-ups. Yeah, I believe, DeMarquise. I believe it. Yeah, when your tranny blew out, that used to mean something different than it does these days. Rich, I was an apprentice blacksmith in high school. That's badass. I don't hear about any apprenticeships where I live, and that's a good way to learn things. You know, hands-on, on the job. That's the best way to learn things, in my opinion. Southern Eagleman. Yeah, we don't have any that want to learn masonry anymore. Well, yeah, because it's because Gen Z is too soft to be doing that kind of stuff. My brother-in-law, he does masonry work and all of that, and I mean his knees and stuff are all shot from doing it, but he's like passionate about it. He's always posting pictures of things that they put together on the job sites and stuff, and he's like very proud of the work he does, and he should be. He does fantastic work. He's a part of a union now, and they all do big builds and whatnot. But these young kids out here, they've never been held accountable, meaning they've never had to pay the consequences of their choices, which is hard. It's hard to be held accountable. So imagine lifting bricks or carrying shingles up a ladder, right? These people aren't built for that. They've never even had a time out, let alone carry something heavy. They've probably never even had to drag trash to the curb. So, and it's screwing all of us, but mom and dad's probably not around, but they're like, "Oh, little Timmy, gotta wear kid gloves around Timmy. Don't raise your voice to Timmy." Well, now Timmy's 28 years old and he's so soft and stupid he don't wash the pans at McDonald's because they hurt his fingernails, And now we all got to deal with Timmy's old soft stupid ass. That's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. Southern Eagleman, he must be a badass. Yeah, he is. He is. Lone Wolf, having a work ethic today is a joke. Well, it's kind of on both ends. You either end up with people who don't have a work ethic, or you have a badass work ethic, but you feel unappreciated because you still can't afford groceries, rent, or any of that, and you work harder than everyone around you. So it's a double-edged sword right now. What's up, Salty Ginger? Happy freedom to you. Thank you for joining us. All right, hooligans, we're going to move on to this last little bit of news, and then we have a feel-good video of the day, and then we have a funny video of the day that was found by Hair Juicer. Now, before we move forward, I want to give you guys this reminder really quick. If you would like to join the membership program over on Rumble, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and you're using the Rumble app, you're unable to see that big red subscribe button. So you got to go to rumble.com, come to the live, hop in the chat, and like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We have chapstick emojis, scream and goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live. So definitely go join the membership program over on Rumble. Let's get into this video here. This is Elon Musk offering voters 100 doll hairs each as he drums up Trump support. Somebody needs to tell Elon, we can't support him any harder. We give him all the support. We're just waiting for the win. All right, hooligans, let's get this rolling. Don't forget, hit that like button over on Rumble.
In order to attend this town hall in Folsom, Pennsylvania with Elon Musk, participants had to check two boxes. First, they have to be a registered voter in the state of Pennsylvania. And second, they had to sign a petition pledging support for the First Amendment's guarantee of freedom of speech and the Second Amendment's right to bear arms.
Elon Musk adding political megadonor to his resume, giving $75 million to a PAC he created to help Donald Trump win back the White House.
I haven't been politically active before. I'm politically active now because I think the future of America and the future of civilization is at stake.
Musk arriving in Folsom, PA, greeted with a full auditorium and an energetic crowd. The tech billionaire focusing on immigration issues, the mounting federal debt, and crime.
The Democratic Party will not put hardened criminals in prison. And so they roam free, and they prey upon you.
Even teasing a potential role he could play in a Trump administration, such as forming a Department of Government Efficiency.
Would you like to see Elon in a Trump administration?
Absolutely. It makes me a little bit more enthusiastic to go out there and vote for Trump, to feel that someone like the status of Elon has the same feelings as I do.
Both Donald Trump and Kamala Harris spending an immense amount of time and money in Pennsylvania, a state that some believe could decide who wins the White House.
I'm a union worker, so in the past I've voted Democrat, and 2020 I did not vote. I just couldn't vote for Trump. I couldn't vote for Biden. But again, like I said, right now our borders need to be closed. Something needs to be done about the drugs. I lost my son in May over fentanyl. Somebody needs to do something, and I think Trump is the man to do it.
This is the first of several campaign events Elon Musk has planned across the state in coming days. Reporting from Folsom, Pennsylvania, I'm Kayla Gaskins.
Well, Elon Musk out here raising support for President Trump. Like I said, can't support him any harder. Elon's out here getting it though. And now he's on the hit list too. Democrats aren't impressed with Elon. I still wonder how everything's going to go because I think it was during the Tucker Carlson interview with Elon Musk that Tucker was like, "Don't you make most of your money from the government?" And Elon's like, "Yeah." And Tucker's like, "Don't you worry about pissing off the government with all the shit that you say about the Democrats and stuff?" And Elon's like, "Sort of." Like, sort of, kind of, maybe. Because most of his money comes from the government. His Teslas don't make profit and stuff like that. Most of his business ventures break even, and I think even some of them lose out, like X. Like, as far as I know, he's still in the hole when it comes to X. He hasn't made his money back or anything like that, especially because he was having issues where people were pulling their ads. All those soft and stupid companies, they were saying that they didn't want to run ads on X anymore because it's a white supreme pizza platform and blah blah blah. And so I don't think he's making his money that way. Most of his money seems to come from government subsidies, government grants for green energy and stuff, because the Tesla factories and all of that, they actually produce energy instead of consuming energy. And so he gets a lot of money from that kind of stuff. But time will tell. Like I said earlier, I think Elon's very entertaining, but I don't necessarily think he's a good person. I think that if he could benefit from doing something evil and not get taken out in the process, I think he would. Because I think he's just in it for himself, and he just sells free speech and stuff like that to keep people on board. But I think he's really just in it for himself, and, you know, that is whatever it is. But either way, Elon is definitely a strange character. Well, hooligans, that is all the news I had for you guys today. Next up, we have our feel-good video of the day. It's titled 6-Year-Old to President Trump. What is your favorite farm animal? And I think President Trump was on Fox and Friends or something like that. And I'm not sure when that happened. I don't know if that was earlier today or what. He's such a busy guy. It's hard to tell. But then afterwards, we have a funny video from Hair Juicer. It's titled, How Safe is Detroit versus Dubai? And it's a pretty funny video. Both those are coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about Elon Musk and him offering $100 hairs to voters. What's up, Sam? Happy freedom to you. Russell, I want 75 million doll hairs. Me too, Russell. Me too. Zero, a pack that he created, he's given money to himself? No, the 75 million was a donation to President Trump. I'm not sure about the pack he was running and stuff like that, but the money he's offering is supposed to be motivation to get people to go vote, and he was giving money for people to register to vote and stuff like that. And I think the only reason, see, and I'm wondering if the Democrats are going to do that next election, because I think it was before President Trump even declared that he was running again. We knew he was running, but because of legal reasons, he couldn't announce it until a certain amount of time had passed. But there was talk about candidates handing constituents gift cards, saying, "Oh, you'll get $100 Walmart card if you come vote for me," and stuff. Well, the news started talking about it, and then people started realizing that's illegal. You can't offer people money to vote for you. It's illegal. But Elon's not a candidate, so Elon offering people money to go vote for Trump apparently is not illegal. And I don't know if the Democrats didn't think about that or what, but I think the next time it's time to go vote, we're going to see buddies of Democrats offering benefits to voters. Hey, we'll give you a $200 Walmart card if you go vote for Harris or whatever. And I think we're going to end up seeing that stuff. Now, it may be too late in this campaign to do it. Harris did just offer black men specifically to have 1 million loans, whatever that means, and legal weed, but she's not offering any other skin color or gender or anything. So I think they're still flopping, trying to figure out which way is up and down. But I think that we're going to see Democrats using this strategy in the future, where all of their little buddies are going to be given handouts and stuff if you vote for the candidate of their choice. So keep that in mind in the future. reading through, and like I said, we're going to get into our feel-good video, and then we have our funny video of the day. And don't forget, 7 p.m. Eastern time, we will be covering President Trump in a rally over in Detroit, Michigan. It's going to be a good time, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Hey, thank you for being here, Annette. I hope you start feeling better. Zero, could you imagine Jeff as a teacher? I bet he'd be great with eager students. I don't know what it would be like, Zero. Maybe I would like it. Maybe I would hate it. I don't know. I think it also depends on how old the students are. It'd probably be funny, though. I just have a feeling that it would be funny. Snooks, I love jewelry. You can make some for me. I like diamonds, too. Yes, yes, Snooks. I like diamonds, too. Breeze by you, I made silver and copper jewelry and did inlays and did silver solder. That's awesome, Breeze by you. Yeah, that's what I want to get into, is like silver solder and stuff like that. Sam, Elon can't be influenced by money. He's already got it all. Yeah, Sam. It just worries me when I'd mentioned earlier, he goes to the gala and places where the elite hang out. And for people getting in where they fit in, if he can go and play nice with the lizard people, it makes me wonder if he's one of them. Because why else would you even want to go? Why would you want to go hang out with dirty Democrats for? What would be the point of that? Especially at an event where the whole point of the event is to just have money. That's the point of the gala, is to give a bunch of money and stuff. I don't know if it's charity or what. I highly doubt it's charity. But spending money with the elite and hanging out with them and stuff, I don't know why he would want to do that if he's not one of them. And the fact that he potentially is makes me not trust him at all. But yeah, they definitely can't offer him money because he's already, the richest person in the world. Sam, hyena's racist. Oh yeah, she totally is. She's totally racist. Zero, the lady said Elon created a PAC and that's where he donated the money. I don't know. I didn't catch that part, Zero. He became a mega donor like a week ago or something like that. I'll have to go back and listen to the video. But he didn't donate the money to himself because he's now considered a mega MAGA donor to President Trump, towards the Trump campaign. Snooks, very true, and not just the gala, but other events. Yeah, the gala is just the one that pops in my head, and I think it's because AOC wore that white dress that had the red words all over it, and she was trying to pretend to be an activist for the night or some goofy shit. So I always think of that. Snooks, geniuses play life differently. Oh, I'm totally sure. Totally sure. I think about Elon all the time. I always think about what it would be like to not even have a conversation with him, but just to watch him work with coworkers and hear the conversations they have and the level of complexity of the conversation. Like, is there going to be words that you don't even know what they mean? Is there going to be, would you be asked to do something that you would basically be a toddler? You'd be like, look, I need you to show me what you're talking about because I don't even understand what you're saying to me. I've heard Joe Rogan describe Elon Musk like that. That Elon has to dumb himself down just to talk to you because you're not even smart enough to converse on his level. And so I really wonder what that's like because I've never been around anyone like that, where they're just so far superior to me that I can't even grasp like just the conversation, let alone the concepts in his mind and stuff like that. And it interests me to be the potential of being around someone so much more smarter than me. I think that's very interesting, but I doubt I'll ever have the opportunity. Alistair, yes, we look at the world differently. Yes, Alistair, I know. Yeah, I was actually just talking to WMM about you and the stuff that you create and all the help you provide and stuff, Alistair. And he's like, is he a genius? I was like, yeah, he's kind of like, he's like my buddy Elon a little bit. His name's Alistair, but he's like my version of Elon. Hooligan Elon. We appreciate you, Alistair. Snooks, I have Jeff, and it is interesting. Yes, that's a little bit more of a burden, Snooks. I apologize, but yeah. Paul, the guy got a rocket booster, came back and land by itself. NASA failed where he didn't, just saying, yeah, Paul. And he didn't even mess around. He went out to Russia to learn rocket propulsion and I think he even brought a rocket back from Russia just so he could reverse engineer it and get some more ideas for his rockets and stuff. Like he puts in the work, at least it seems that way. Matthew, you think Elon's dumb? Maybe. A lot of people say that he's not that smart. He's just surrounded by smart people that he hires, he has employed or whatever. But at the same time, I feel like that's kind of smart. You know, he has access to answers whenever he needs them, and he can afford it. And so it's really hard to tell because it could be a facade. He could just have all the right components to appear as sophisticated and smart and superior to most, and really just not be. He's just playing a good character. But to orchestrate something like that, you got to have some level of intelligence, and obviously he's got the income to do it. So it's kind of hard to say. Bobby, Mars needs women. Yeah, I don't think the Tesla bots are going to do the job. DCAT, I just got 5 notifications from Rumble back to back. I'm telling you, something is going on with Rumble. There is something happening with Rumble. DCAT, if you join Discord, you'll get the notifications right when we go live, every time we go live. And Discord's free. What's up, Dabs? Happy Freedom. Eightco, is he a spy? Who would he be a spy for? He migrated legally to the U.S. He's a legal migrant. I'm trying to think, where is he? He's from Africa or something like that. So I don't know who he would be a spy for, or do you mean because he went to Russia? And I'm really surprised they even let him go to Russia, but I think it may be an infringement on his rights for the government to interfere with him going to Russia. So it's really hard to say. I've never tried to go to Russia. Peyton Elon is a military asset? He definitely could be. There's no way he's building rockets and electric cars and all this stuff, but doesn't have any knowledge on building weapons? Nah, he probably can and maybe even does build weapons and just doesn't talk about it. Appeal to Heaven, happy freedom to you. Have y'all seen the new Tesla? I have not. I haven't seen the new one. What's up, Shake and Bake? Happy freedom. Same happened to me, multiple back-to-back Rumble notifications. Weird. I wonder why that happened. Did we just hit the 2-hour mark? Oh, we did. It's 2:12. I don't know why multiple notifications went out though. It's not my fault. It's not. I take blame for all things I do, but this was not me. I don't know why Rumble did that. I'm glad they sent the notifications. I wish they would have did it on time. That's okay. Alistair, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, make a GIF for that. I'm trying to think of a way to build a page so we can post all the GIFs that Alistair makes and then everyone can go and download them and then use them on X and places like that. Share them around because Alistair puts together awesome stuff. Everything he puts together is fantastic. DeMarquise, we need more energy for the AI. Yeah, I think they're going to continue making AI a priority until Epstein files come out and things like that. Then they'll blame AI. They'll say that the records of wrongdoing by the Democrats is actually AI generated content, and then they'll try and ban AI. That's what I still think that's what's going to happen, but could be wrong. Cash flow, Trump isn't big on AI. Yeah, I don't really think so either. I don't know if he fully understands it. I mean, when I'm 80 years old, I probably won't really understand the new tech either. What's up, Lisa? Happy freedom to you. contempt. If Elon is one of them and they've been working together for so long, does that make Trump also one of them? Not necessarily. Elon getting near Trump maybe could be a part of the plan. And if they get what they want, maybe they'll turn on Trump. Or maybe what they want is to turn Trump against us. But them recently being together doesn't necessarily mean that. The thing about business people is they do a lot of trading. A lot of quiet things happen in the background. Hey, you do a little promotion for me, and then you can, I'll do a little of this for you kind of stuff. Like, trading, I don't know, parts of your business, things like that. Doing bartering, doing forms of bartering. So it's hard to say. It's more like we got to watch their actions, keep track of their actions, see the patterns, the mentality, body language, things like that. Lone Wolf, Nightbot's prejudice? No. Nightbot floods the chat because then it makes people want to go to Rumble. Lone Wolf, we can open carry, but not in the car. Throw it in the trunk, not loaded. Yeah, I think it's just worthwhile to go get a concealed carry. It just causes too many problems doing open carry. Salty Ginger, good luck with CC on guns without registering for it. They voted in a law that people can't contest the election results in Michigan too, so people are big into daddy government in Michigan. Yeah. Well, it's the people in charge. The people in charge are passing as many bills and nonsense as possible so they can remain in power. That's why they're doing it. Nobody in Michigan's voting for that stupid shit except for the leaders. The leaders here who are corrupt are the ones that are doing it. I mean, we're talking about the same people who voluntarily audited themselves to see if there was inaccuracies in the election and found no wrongdoing. And then were very proud about it and then used that self-created information to bash President Trump and call him a liar. Yeah, the people in charge in Michigan, they are corrupt. Amazing disgrace. Elon has proven himself more than most people claiming to be on our side. That is true. That is true. Elon has done a lot. He's done a lot for America. And I hope he continues to do so. Like I said, I really hope that he's cutting the fat off in the government. That's supposed to be his job if President Trump gets in, or when President Trump gets in. Elon's supposed to go through and do some accounting, figure out what we're wasting money on, and then cut that out so we don't do it anymore. Sam, skydiving this weekend in West Tennessee. Badass, Sam. I can't wait to go. All right, hooligans, we're going to get into this good stuff, but first I'm going to give you this last reminder. If you would like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the Linktree link in order to send donations. You can do that by using PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can even send crypto. So this first video here is our feel-good video of the day. It's a pretty good video. Let me get this pulled up. All right. This video is titled Six-Year-Old to President Trump. What is your favorite farm animal?
We got a fun one.
But we'll fix it.
We got a 6-year-old from Massachusetts, and he wants to know about your favorite animal. Let's watch.
Mr. President, my name is Briar. I'm 6 years old. I live on a farm in Massachusetts. What's your favorite farm animal?
Favorite farm animal?
What's the animal?
Well,
this guy grew up in the city.
I'll tell you what I love. I love cows. But if we go with Kamala, you won't have any cows anymore because you're not allowed. I don't want to ruin this kid's day. But I love cows. I think they're so cute and so beautiful and so protective. But according to Kamala, who's a radical left lunatic, you will not have any cows anymore. So we have to vote her out. If you like cows, you have to vote.
I know.
We got a fun one.
But we'll fix it.
So if you like cows, you got to vote her out. That is so funny. The 6-year-old little boy. I'm Briar, and I want to know what's your favorite farm animal. Love that. I would have never thought about asking the president that. So now we're getting on to our funny video of the day. This was provided by Hair Juicer. This is titled, How safe is Detroit versus Dubai?
I'm putting my wallet, my phone, my watch, and I will go to the market. I will show you how safe Dubai is. Follow me. It's too safe.
All right, Detroit, let's see what you got. Glasses, phone, keys. And then I'm gonna do this wallet here. Let me see how much I got in here. All right, all right. And, oh, uh-oh. Oh my God, okay. Oh. Oh Lord. Oh, gee. Oh! Oh! What? What's happening? Oh! Oh! Okay, Detroit. Detroit. I better get out of here. Okay. Call me an Uber. I ain't got my phone up.
Gal dang. Oh, President Trump is safe when he's in Detroit tonight for this MAGA rally that's going on. I know it's going to be a fantastic turnout. Well, hooligans, that is all the coffee I had for you guys today. I'm going to drop this Linktree link in all of the chats for you. Let me see here. Can't wait for this MAGA rally. It's going to be fantastic. Here's this Linktree link where all of my links are listed. So if you would like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, I'd really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we need a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7, and we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis, customize your chat bubbles and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You'll also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. Then you'll have access to our forums, which is to encourage open discussion. You'll have access to the arcade, which is a lot of fun. It's full of games, and they adapt to your phone, so that way they perform the way that they should. You'll also have access to our advanced messaging system with built-in group chats that gives you the ability to text each other, call each other, video call each other, group texting, group calling, group video calling, and more. jeffmaclive.com is the place to be. It's the home of the hooligans, so definitely go get yourself a membership over on the website. We're going to read through the chat really quick, make sure you hooligans are good to go. Then we will be doing the Pledge of Allegiance and wrapping things up. But like I said, at 7 p.m. Eastern Time tonight, President Trump's holding a MAGA rally out in Detroit, Michigan. So hopefully I see you guys right here. It's going to be a good time. Oh yeah, we have the voice chat today, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you got a membership for jeffmaclive.com, we're going to be hanging out for the voice chat leading up into the MAGA rally. And that's usually a fun way to go, because then we have a big discussion and all this stuff, and then we watch all the intro stuff and all of that leading up to President Trump getting on stage. And it's a good way to get the night started. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. That way you can hang out with us for the voice chat starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and we'll probably run it right until it's time for President Trump to get on stage. So hopefully I see you there. Ten Man, you need to change the Subaru commercial to a 4Runner commercial. I don't control that stuff. I don't know how Rumble knows to show Subaru stuff on my channel. But I'd like to get a 4Runner. Maybe one day I'll be able to afford it. Russell, it's an eye for an eye out there in Dubai. Does it ever get dark in Dubai? Because every time I've ever seen a video that claims to be Dubai, it's always bright and sunny out there. And everyone's driving a Benz wagon and all that. Tim, man, you're at the bar. Cheers to you. Astral Hammer, make America hooligan. We have Alistair created a GIF that says that, and we're trying to put together a t-shirt. Appeal to heaven, go old school on the 4Runners. There's a couple for sale, but they're so expensive. I'm trying to think what year they were. They were older. but I want to say they were like $9,000 and it has 250,000 miles on it. Rappy, you think you're going to be able to make it? Well, I look forward to seeing you in the chat. Me too, Too Old to Care. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Appeal to Heaven. Reading through. What's up, Jay Tyler? Happy freedom to you. Jay Tyler, going from throwing a desk at teachers to being a teacher. That's a turnaround. Yeah, Jay Tyler. Well, it's the same thing. I used to run from police, and there's been a couple times where I've thought about potentially being a cop because I believe in justice so much, and I also feel like I'm bulletproof, so I have no problem running into burning houses or pulling people out of car accidents or viewing death, things like that. I'm capable of doing that. It's part of why I became a chaplain, is because I'm able to do that stuff. And I think it's because I grew up with trauma and stuff like that, being in a rough household and all of that. But the police departments aren't just, they're too political. And so that's why I won't become a cop, because they pick favorites and do that stuff. And I'm not that way. What's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And if my friends are doing wrong, I tell them they're doing wrong. And that's hard for people to hear. And I feel like that's the way cops should be, but it's not the way they are. And that's why I won't become a cop. But yeah, I used to be a real shithead when I was younger, but thankfully I learned my lessons and turned my life around. Because like I talk about all the time, if you make good decisions, you will outlive those people that make bad decisions, because not everybody survives the lesson that they're learning. And I was fortunate enough to not be killed by my bad decisions, and now I know better. And I try to just be honest with people and let that honesty resonate and hopefully help people make better decisions. Told to Kara, thank you for the Klaus cameos. I'm glad you guys dig it. Klaus Daniels here. He's under the spotlight. Keeping him warm. Just when the Klaus nuggets are ready, you know. That day when we get real hungry, we'll be serving up them Klaus burritos. Keep them under the heat lamp real quick. Thank you, Pumpkin. Appreciate you being here. Paul, I couldn't be a cop. I would equally just beat everyone. Just serving justice. DeMarquise, giving money to corruption doesn't fix it. It makes it worse. Just look at the Ukraine. Yeah, well, that's true. Lisa, I don't trust Elon at all. Yeah. He's got a little slither to him, but you never know. Until he does something wrong, I try to give him the benefit of the doubt. Thank you, Sage Pup. Appreciate you being here. What's up, Lisa, over on YouTube? I'm doing fine. How are you? And happy freedom to you. Thank you, Salty Ginger. Appreciate you being here. Sent you an article on Discord if you want to do some homework and make a comprehensive list of what the voter laws really are doing in Michigan. Proposal 2 was a Trojan horse, in my opinion. Thank you, Salty Ginger. I'll definitely check that out. I appreciate you always sending me information and stuff like that. Thank you, Lee. Appreciate you being here. Snooks, you're going to be my bodyguard? Love it. Ah, there you go, Alistair. Let me show all the hooligans this. Alistair put this together. Come on, cycle through. There we go. Make America Hooligan. Isn't that so badass? I love it. I love it. I appreciate you, Alistair. All right, hooligans. It is that time once again. I'm still not used to turning the beats on and off. Like, it's so weird to not have beats on. And y'all are waiting for me to say beats off. I know. Get that out of the way. All right, hooligans. It's that time again. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we did the thing. We're going to read through one last time just to make sure no hooligans are left behind. But like I said, we'll be live again 7 p.m. Eastern Time, covering President Trump holding a MAGA rally out in Detroit, Michigan. And I know it's going to be a good time. So hopefully I see you guys right here. We're going to read through and we're wrapping her up. Oh yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to tell you guys to do this really quick. I'm going to drop this link in the chat. This will take you to Alistair's page. Alistair does fantastic work, and if you need graphics or any creative thing done at all, he can do anything and everything. You could potentially hire him so he could make great things for you. So if you go to this page here, it'll give you some info. You can check out his social media and his website and all of that kind of stuff and see the badass things he does. I'm going to read through and we're wrapping her up. Alistair, you know my son comes running from wherever he is in the house to say the Pledge of Allegiance with you. You're the best, Jeff. Well, that's awesome, Alistair. I really appreciate you. Heck yeah, Zero. I like that Trump flag with, it looks like this. It's got the American flag in it. I really like that. There's a ton of signs around me that have the American flag Trump sign. Thank you, Snooks. Thank you, Pumpkin. Stoner is pronounced animated. What did I mispronounce? What was I talking about? What was I screwing up? Bobby, those Temu blow-up dolls are trash. Ah, yeah, now you got anthrax on your wiener. Ah, see? It's not Saturday, but this is free speech over here, let me tell you. Stoner, I don't know how to beats on. I ain't never beat it on either. I don't know. I'm figuring it out. We're all in this boat together. Close your eyes. You're not going to want to see this. What's up, Kirk Allen? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy freedom. Hey, thank you, Lone Wolf. Appreciate you. Oh, Salty Ginger, the reason we don't have beats is because I got to use the headset right now until I get the microphone set up. But like I said, thanks to Cassandra, she sent me an interface so I can start using the microphone again. And this should make me sound even better than I've ever sounded on the live. I just got to hook it up. And because you guys were saying this wasn't too terrible of a setup using the headset, I figured we'd go live today. We'd make sure to knock the live out of the park. And then I'll set up the microphone and stuff tonight after we get done with all the lives, and then tomorrow we should be all good using the microphone, God willing. But yeah, so with the headset, when I play the beats, it's too distracting, and I got 20 years of recording music under my belt. So wearing headphones, listening to beats, and talking into a microphone makes me want to start rapping. And so I start speaking on beat, and it makes me sound weird because you guys can't hear the beat because it ducks underneath my vocals. So I just sound like I'm pausing while I'm talking. I don't know. I sound weird. So I had to cut the beats off. You guys just want to hear me say beats off. That's what this is about. Either way, I had to cut them so you couldn't hear them anymore. And that way you could hear me talk. But we'll have the beats again. Don't you worry. You hooligans crack me up. Can't take you anywhere. Can't take you anywhere. Everyone over on Rumble saying, bless Cassandra. You hooligans are the best. Bobby, just beats off then. I'm working on it. Just let me wrap this up first. All right, hooligans. Like I said, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to be covering President Trump live in Detroit, Michigan for a MAGA rally. It's going to be a good time. But if I don't see you tonight, I will see you tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. And don't forget, because I keep spacing it myself, go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. That way you can join us on the voice chat, 6 p.m. Eastern Time today. And it's a really good way to lead right into a Trump rally. So hopefully I see you guys in the voice chat. Then I'll see you over at the Trump rally. And if I don't, tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans. And I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support. And I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall. Shine bright, and that's a wrap. tried to do it on beat. You guys like that?